You know, normally I don't stream on weekends, right? But I opened Twitter as I woke up today and I saw this. 21,000 fucking likes on a Google Doc saying terminating my work with Sinder. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I opened it and I saw, okay, it's 18 pages with a lot of images. And then after that, I saw Bao herself also posted a Google Doc with 21,000 likes right now. I just saw it cross from 20,000 to 21 fucking thousand right now. And this also has like a couple pages, not that many, but it's addition. There is one thing that kind of interested me in it. I got spoiled a little bit, and I'll like say it to like trickle in a little bit of information. Apparently, Cinder's manager was her boyfriend all along. Which is like, ooh. Me like you. I wanna see him. You're flabbergasted after one doc and you didn't finish all of it. I will preface. I don't know who the fuck Sinder is. Except for her having music. And that's about it. I'm only really stating it for posterity and to say, hey guys, I'm not biased. I actually genuinely don't really know who that is. Just want to see. Anyways, we started off with a post from Twitter user Nanoless. Hello, I'm here to share something that has affected me personally and hurt others. This was very hard for me, but I feel it is necessary. Please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf. This is all I wanted to say. Starting off, introduction and notes. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red, which is supposedly Cinder's manager, manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she's been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that this Nanoless person is also supposedly Cinder's like VTuber artist. Not sure. Genuinely just correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, moving forward. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think that this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. Note, based on working with Redacted, Red, Cinder's manager, and Sinder over the years, I'm sure that they speak for each other and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. Nano is Sinder and Bao's model artist. Ooh, okay. Damn, mistreatment of your actual model artist is crazy. What the fuck? English is not my first language and the language barrier. I discussed the situation, my feelings, and my thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to the lack of English skills. Note, any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. So this is going to be the explanation behind like this white bar over here. Not too bad. And good morning to you two dudes. For a VTuber it could have been worse. Really? I don't know. We'll have to see. Slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speak ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me. That it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any future decisions regarding commissions. Oh my god! This girl is just gatekeeping her shit. Actually? I don't respect it. No, I don't. I don't at all. But I can understand why they would want to do that. They want to keep their own, like, you know, they want to keep the golden chicken to themselves. They want to keep all of their golden eggs to themselves and not show them to anyone else or give them to anyone else. Which, understandable, but also kind of fucked up. Do have to say. Anyways, we start off with screenshot number 1, which I can't really, what's it called? I can't zoom into, so I'm just gonna like open this on Paint. What's the drama about? Good question. I don't know because I didn't want to spoil myself, so... First time watching for me too, pretty much. Or like first time reading through. So this is a message, this is a DM section from Nanoless and Redacted, Cinder's manager, from January 15th, 2025. For Americans, yeah, that's your date. For Europeans, they put the month before. I'm sorry. Of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time. While with Blank, the person that they didn't feel comfortable in saying who it was, she's giving a lot of bias and priority at GS. Don't know what that is. Sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it. And plus, she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. Oh. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago, and she's constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. Private drama. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her, since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore, he does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told them not to do any more with us. Big speculations. But like the model art is the most important thing, that's a VTuber's entire image. Jess's gamer subs? Okay, I see. I see. Hasn't there been like also a lot of drama recently with gamer subs and Kirsche? Or whatever that VTuber's name is. Don't know. That's like completely separate drama, I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, so this seems a little aggressive from their quote-unquote manager. Interesting. Kayo? Yeah, I saw that as well. Sinder is partial owner of gamer subs. Okay, I see. Huh. Well, so far it basically just seems like, hey, Bao has been offloading a lot of work onto our own editors, and that's delaying our our schedules, which is very... Okay, sure. One more screenshot from the same day. Here. This one. While we love working with you, Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea. That's not professional in the slightest. What the fuck? Manager? Question mark? About the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Crazy. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush song blows up, and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project, and all of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. Probably got hired. Don't know. Can't know. Monka. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes. Question marks? But basically, we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100% better than her original songs last year, that she locked them up so no one else could work with him. And then had him... Wait, what? And then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. So they're mad that Bao basically just decided to hire the MV person because they were talented and they were doing great fucking work that led into, you know, Cinder's music video actually popping off. Which I think is kind of stupid. While I do think that a good music video looks good, it does. Let's not fucking lie to ourselves. It's a lot better than just a PNG. A music video is usually not the reason why songs pop off. And actually attributing a lot of, you know, jealousy from Bao's side to simply, oh, the music editor, like, for the video actually did a great job and that's why, like, they're jealous is kind of delusional. To a certain sense. Most listen to songs on the go. Exactly. I have music playing on Spotify right now. And I'm not looking at like a fucking video. It's just music. I don't think that's how jobs work. I think that in their mind, Red and Sinder were thinking, hey, you know what? Let's not hire this person full time. Let's just see how this goes. We will be able to commission them and... we'll be able to actually like do whatever we want to do. But then Bao started commissioning them as well, and they were like, oh shit, well, our schedules are starting to like conflict because Bao is wanting to also commission at the same time as us, and we don't like that because we haven't found any other people that can actually do the same thing at the same quality. And to that, all I'll say is you should have just hired the person sooner. I'm sorry, that's all there is. The early bird gets the worm, as people would say. Their fault. Sucks to suck. Yeah, exactly. Like, people shouldn't be pressed about it. It's just their fault for not being there faster. Just be faster next time. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that this is something that people should take personally. I think that it's... in a sense, it's a stupid tax. You know full well that this person is able to like make really good music videos, and you in your mind attribute the success of your own music to the music video, which I think is kind of delusional. You should hire it. It's that simple. Can I get a TLDR on this? I'm just started. Gotta be faster than that. Yeah, exactly. Like they've already seen that a music video did really, really well, and they didn't think to themselves, maybe we should hire this person full time. Especially considering the fact that like Sinder herself actually has a lot of music on Spotify. If I remember correctly. Going through her Spotify like discography, there's a bit. Okay, it's not that much. But still, if a song allegedly popped off and they were able to notice, like for example, my name having what, 1 million streams on Spotify, I think that should have been something that they should have pursued, and for that reason they should have put the movie maker on lock. And also we know how Bao is in the back, like the back scenes is kind of yikes, not gonna lie. It's basically like the way that all of this was worded from Red very much seems like they're trying to put a little bit of seed of doubt inside the mind of Nano, because Nano is also the model artist for Bao and Sinder, so they themselves, it seems like they want to seem like they're the better people, so that Nano herself starts to stray away as much as possible from Bao and starts working only with Sinder specifically. It is very weird and extremely unprofessional, especially from a quote-unquote manager. It's me putting a tinfoil hat, but the VTuber community seems to assume that they can always commission and that editors and artists won't go full-time for someone. I do agree. I think that if someone has the means and, you know, the money for it, and they realize, hey, this person is actually very talented, I think that they should actually like hire them full-time. And expecting other people to not do it simply because, oh, it's a non-written rule is a little delusional, I think. Manager or child? I wouldn't say child. This seems like a teenager, though. Like a little bit of a high school person. It's like, oh my god, let me tell you the tea. Like, that's not something that you should talk about to someone on a professional standpoint. Especially if you yourself are basically the person that people interface to when talking to Sinder. Because right now, this is not Nano speaking to Sinder. This is Nano speaking to Red. But the way that Red acts is an extension of what Sinder is okay with. Which just paints Sinder in a decently bad light. I think they just wanted the commission to cut back on experiences, but Bao didn't shy away from taking them a full time. I think that Bao was smart. Hey, shit, even if it actually, you know, even if the music video actually did help out that much in just making the music pop off, which I think that's not how it works. But sure, let's actually like hypothesize and believe that that's the case. I think that Bao was the smart one. They recognized talent and they were like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just like... well, just hire that person. We have the money, we have the means for it, might as well. Atlas Dramatuber arc? A little bit. And also Psychicon. Anyways, there is one more image actually. Like, right under here. Only the VTuber and streaming, you can even imagine hearing the word T. Only the VTuber and streaming, you can even imagine saying, here's the tea, would get your ass handed to you. No, I think that people wouldn't or at least I wouldn't take someone seriously if they were the manager of someone else and they just told me, let me tell you the tea. Because while I do believe that you can become friends with your model artist, at the same time, when it's about stuff like this, it should be taken seriously, and there should be a level of polish, I guess, to the way that you talk to someone. Especially when what you're talking about is basically just bad-mouthing and slander towards someone else. Red is the manager? Yes. And hi, Brie. What makes it worse? Yeah, I did read about that. But, continuing forward, this image, it says, and now, Bao has been barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators, so like, and you, and the nano model. Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's annoying, I don't know, man. She has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. It's very weird. It very much seems like they're basically just like giving up information. Not enough information, not enough context, just that tiny bit that is necessary for Nano to like start looking at Bao in a different way. Now, hindsight is 2020, obviously. If I was in Nano's place, I would have actually like gone to Bao to ask questions. Or even better, which is the actual like thing that I would have done, I would have ignored all of this and just said, hey, I don't care. You pay me for work. I give you the work. Your drama does not affect me. Technically, to a certain extent, it does, obviously, because Nano is a model artist, and the people that use your models are, to a certain extent, your publicity. But even then, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. This is not stuff that a third party should even know to begin with, and if I was in Nano's position, I wouldn't have to give a shit. May I ask a question, sort of out of curiosity, but not exactly on topic? Go ahead. Too much happening this week? I know. Either gone to Bao or went to Sinder? I don't... You know what? Yeah, I would have gone to both. If I was, like, not really caring all that much. But if I actually did care about, like, my position and, like, my job and everything, I would actually not give a shit. I would not care. There's some things that you just don't put your fucking head into. And this is one of them. They may have drama behind the scenes. Not my problem. I'm not affiliated to these people except for the work that I've made for them. And they just paid me for it. It's to get money, get from both, don't give a fuck. The thing is, normally some people would say, oh, well, you should actually try to get into this drama because, well, it's the morally right thing to do. To whenever you hear someone actually speak malice about someone, you should try to look into it so that you can understand whether or not it is actually correct for you to be able to actually make art or work for them. And to that, all I will say is, I'm not a fucking detective, I'm an artist. Why should I care? All I want is to be able to put food on the table and then just go to sleep after having paid my bills. I don't care. Whenever I open Google links on my phones and all the posted pictures look dog shit. It's mobile, yes, it is mobile. On PC, they look fine. Or you can load the site as desktop if you're on a browser that lets you. Red asked me to cancel one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress. Oh, wait, they were making like actual work for Bao during this and asking to cancel. Interesting. Manipulating me into thinking that it's okay since she has many connections, and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bao. Bad! This is basically just trying to like sabotage Bao out of spite that they were not able to hire the person that was making the music videos. Hello? What the fuck? Okay, interesting. You know what? Let's read the image. What the fuck? Did you cancel the model? Bah. No, it's just bah. What the fuck? I did not. Sag cry. Nano arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find somewhere super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Bro, this is just peer pressure. What the fuck? And also calling it Nano Arc is so fucking weird. Did you cancel models? I may not be in the interest, but suddenly canceling could fuck her over. Yeah, 1000% suddenly canceling could fuck her over. Considering how long it actually takes to like make VTuber models or just artwork in general, and the fact that a lot of VTubers have very strict schedules because they have like sponsorships, they have collaborations, they have talks with companies. In the like behind the scenes, canceling something completely out of nowhere without really any explanation does genuinely fuck someone over. And now you could say, oh, well, if you're in a position like Bao, then you probably have like the actual contacts and means to be able to commission a second person. Yeah, you do. But that doesn't still remove the fact that you're fucking someone over. Simply because, well, they not even stole, they just hired the movie maker before you could. Which is your fault still. She doesn't care about you, she can take anybody else if Red Flag was a person. What doesn't help is the fact that Nano herself here says, where is this? Yeah, Red asked me to cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking that it's okay. It's just... So in all of this, Red and Sinder were holding a grudge towards Bao for just being faster than them, while still pretending to be friends. Instead of actually like trying to talk to Bao and going like, hey, this is a little fucked up, why are you doing this? I thought, what about like us sharing work and both hiring the person full time? They decided to just be slimes and snakes behind the scenes and trying to fuck Bao over. This can't be over an editor? It is! It actually is. And also I Scarlet. Like, all of this could have just been fixed by speaking to Bao and going like, hey, could we both hire the same person, like, full time? So that I can also commission them, because I really like their work. And it's been actually, like, doing pretty well for me. That's it. That's all it took. That's all they had to do. I think Sinder had a grudge from a long time. I agree. And... you can tell from which image was it? Yeah, here. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. All of this could have just been fixed by just speaking to her and just going like, hey, what the fuck? That's all it takes. But instead, they had to like go super unprofessional and go out of their way to just speak to the model artist and try to fuck Bao over as much as possible. Like, was Bao actually a bad person for just hiring the YouTube editor or the movie maker full-time? Someone could say, maybe. But to that, I'll say, no! Fuck you! You should have just hired the person! That's all they had to do! If they hired the YouTube editor full-time, well, damn! Like, none of this would have happened. Same goes for the movie maker. Like, this is just fucking stupid. What kind of super villain-ass plan was this? I don't fucking know what they were thinking. Oh well. This month has been crazy for VTubers and VTuber fans. I know. It's a business womp womp. Exactly. After you get to a certain point where you can actually turn VTubing in your job, it is business. Yes, you can actually pretend to be friends with someone for the sake of, you know, collabs and stuff like that. But at the same time, it is not only a money business, it is a people's business. You can't go out of your way to only look at the cash behind it. You also need to be able to interact with the people and tell them, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Why are you doing this? Etc. It's stupid. I mean, the editor goes to where it's paid. Exactly! Just paid the editor more. Or just hired them full-time from the beginning. Like, how can they complain when the editor got a bag so large that they went out of their way to say on Twitter, hey guys, I'm now editing for Bao full time? Did they have an announcement like that when they were editing for you, Sinder? No? Then why are you complaining? It's just stupid. Some VTubers, when it comes to sorting out communications, seem like most do not understand basic concepts behind how something small could be handled at times. True. I'm not sure if that sounds mean or not, but many things are taken straight to heart. I think that one of the issues with a lot of the larger VTubers, especially when you look at something like Sends and In Vain, like the quote-unquote drama that they had a while ago, is that a lot of VTubers, the higher up you go, hate each other. They really don't like each other for very petty reasons like this. And all of this could be fixed just by saying, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Or, hey, I want to talk about this and not talk to you anymore after. That's it. That's all it takes. It's main character syndrome. I wouldn't go as far as to call it that, but yeah. To a certain extent, yes. They just need to DM. Yeah, like, all of this can be fixed just by sitting down at your desk, because you're not going to sit down IRL. We're fucking streamers. We don't leave our house. You're just going to sit down, DM, hey Bao, can I talk to you really quick? It's kind of important. Or could we like set up a time to like be able to talk? Because this actually means a lot to me. Okay, and then press the call button on Discord. That's all it takes. Oh no, my favorite barber is cutting up someone else's hair because they were here first. I'm gonna burn that barbershop. It's their fault. Exactly, like who gives a fuck? It's whatever. Your fault for being slow. I don't know what to tell you. It's just stupid. Anyways, after that is exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. Which is literally what we've been talking about the entire fucking time. Of just, hey, if the editor or the person wants a contract, like what? Okay, wait. Oh, no. They wanted an exclusivity contract with the model artist, but they didn't want to pay for it. Which is the same exact thing that happened with the movie maker. What the fuck? It's so dumb just talking out. These people think they forget how to be people just by being anime once on the internet for too long. Exactly! I'd also say there, thank you for 17 months. Thank you. Exclusivity contract, that ain't how it works? Well, at this point, they're obviously like trying to grab Nano away from Bao as much as possible. They're really wanting to like just take her off. Which I think is kind of stupid. I understand with a like YouTube editor, and I understand with like a movie maker. But, you know, you really need to be able to pay a lot to be able to like take an artist and have them exclusively work for them. No more commissions, no more anyone. And also, it restricts a lot of the growth for the artist itself. It makes it so that the artist can only really grow at the same time as the VTuber. Because that's their only way of being able to have promotion to their art. Which is like, what the fuck? Nano also does a lot of Iron Mouse models last I checked. I saw they did one for Mouse. And that's how it should be. I think that this Nano person, they're talented, they know how to draw, they should draw for as many like clients as possible. Limiting it to just Sinder herself would be limiting a lot of her income and a lot of her clout. YouTube editors, I can understand. It can take a long time, especially considering the meta of how YouTube videos are edited for VTubers. It takes a long time to do that because they're so like, they're so fast paced, they're so high edits. Okay, maybe that I can see. Movie maker, that seems a little bit extreme actually, but whatever, sure. Artist is stupid. I don't know. Unless you're Iron Mouse, you don't need an exclusive model artist. Even Iron Mouse doesn't want to do that. Iron Mouse, if anything, like, actually, I think does it best. She does commission a lot of model artists, and a lot of people feel jealous about it. But the way that I see it is that she has money, fuck it, use it. I don't care. She has fuck you money, good for her. Her community still wishes to actually, like, support her through subs and donations and stuff like that, even though she spends her money. Good. Her money, her choice. And even then, she's commissioning so many different artists that end up like getting a lot of like followings because Iron Mouse is commissioning them. It's a good thing. And also, Chuya, hi. So it's like money we're talking about here. If you're getting an exclusivity contract to an artist, yes, you need to pay a lot of money because you're really limiting their earnings. Sinder thinks bro draws for fun, brother, it's their income. Yeah. Are we drama reacting? Yeah. Iron Mouse helps promote those artists and riggers by promoting their products, which is the other way around of what Sinder is doing, of just, hey, we only want one single artist. And someone could say, oh, wow, they just have like different, they have different ideas to what they want to do for their content. And then you add the context, oh, they just want to steal the artist away from Bao, which is just petty and stupid. Also, by the way, I'm not sure if this is needed knowledge, but looking at their prices and a model from Nano is 10k, I think that that's kind of low, actually, for their quality. I think that the quality, the amount of people that they worked for, and actually, like, the openness to DMing showed through this, like, through these messages. I don't know. Maybe just a me thing. God is crazy. Why would someone work with you exclusively without the pay to back it up? Because they're friends, right? I spilled you a little bit of tea. Oh my god, Nano, why don't you want to work for just us? Bao is such a bad person. This is what we told you. Don't speak to them about it. Just trust me. It's so stupid. Like, what is the idea behind this? We also have to consider how long it takes Nano to make one model. It probably takes her a couple months. Exactly. That's their livelihood, their rent, if they actually, like, don't already own a house. That's their bread on the table. I think Keith is just saying they're asking the artist to miss out on the 10k to be an exclusive artist. I think that the 10k itself is not really what actually brings in the money. What brings in the money is the fact that this person can get commissioned by a lot of other VTubers, and through those VTubers, she can actually get connections through companies. And that's a really good thing. Like, imagine if... Like, I think that people have seen the new Honkai game that's been, like, quote-unquote leaked. That has, like, a name already taken on Twitter. If one of the voice actors in that game decided to turn into a VTuber and ask Nano for a model, that would open them a connection to the company itself. Exclusivity for an artist is borderline suicide unless you're getting paid, like, 7 digits a year. Especially if you're a bigger artist. Imagine if 5 people want to use a Nano model instead of just one, means a lot of people like to work with her. Exactly, yeah. It's huge for a creator to being spread out like that. Yeah. Unless you're exclusive to a company, it's like career suicide. Actually, even if you're exclusive to a company, it's career suicide. You make a lot of money through Twitter. Like through being a Twitter artist than to being like company artist, especially nowadays. With like the whole, well, it's a little bit of a different thing, like MAPPA, etc. Just I'm not really paying all that much and just overworking you. But moving on, exclusivity, blacklisting, and blacklisting other creators. Here, in the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity, but rather when a creator from their blacklist, they have a dodge list? What do you mean they have a notepad with names? Comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commission, they'd commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. Wait, no, I need to reread this. What the fuck? In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking me for commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only. And if anyone asked me for commissions, they commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. I don't understand that, I'll be honest. And this is probably like just tied to the fact that Nano's first language is not English. They did mention it earlier that there's probably going to be problems with like the Google Doc, and they don't speak English fluently yet, so they had to actually interface themselves with other like fluent English speakers. That's just fine. Not gonna lie, that sounds dumb. I don't get it. The way that I can translate this into words that can actually like be understandable in my mind is they have a dodge list, they're sharing the dodge list, they don't work with the people in the list. That's it. There's a girl who has a similar model to Sinder named Spite that people are suggesting is on the blacklist. That is kind of funny. Give me their ad, I'll follow them on Twitter right now. Yes, I know an illustrator that's exclusively contracted for VShojo stuff. It's no joke. He needs to finish one fully rendered illustration a day at times. I hope that they're getting paid a lot. Spite VTuber? Yeah, I'm gonna open them on the side just in case. Oh, they do lightly look like a blue Cinder. This person right here. There you go. Drop them a follow. Be nice to them. If they're actually on the blacklist, they shouldn't. I hope that they, you know, don't really have problems with finding commissions. Show for chat, Cinder? Oh yeah, I can do that, like, right now. Oh, I already had, like, Cinder here. This is as far as I'll scroll. Because I know that her Twitter has a lot of, yeah. Okay, they're not even that close. She has a blue form? Okay, bro. I don't think that they're even close, honestly. But if they're actually part of the blacklist, damn, I actually feel bad for them. Really. She's pretty cool looking. If she's blacklisted, that's very sad. I think that every single person, until proven otherwise, is cool. I do genuinely believe that. And so if they're actually part of the blacklist, I genuinely feel bad. Hey. Big props to them for actually not really, like, saying anything during these times. Because I'm sure that they probably had the chance to say, hey guys, you know the blacklist that they mentioned? I think I'm in there. And that could have, like, been an emotional response to all of this, especially after feeling like shit from Cinder itself, but they didn't. Which, the blue one looks cuter. I don't really have a take. I like both. They both are Cerberus VTubers. Oh shit. I thought that was a fox, actually. Anyways. Here. Going on from, like, the whole, like, dodge listing. This felt very strange to me, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me was working with other creators. Sorry, was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. So they were just piling up a lot of commissions to them. Very interesting. Cinder be like only one hellhound. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. This may be a bad take, but this is like the take that I've been having and that I've been building over time, actually. You remember the whole Lola problem of the model looking eerily similar to... what's her name again? Fucking Bao. No, Bao? Shy Lily. I think that models... No, I think that just in general, concepts for designs, yes, you can have a lot of things that you want to do. Yes, there's a lot of, like, expression. You can have very different outfits. But at the same time, if there's people that look exactly alike, we shouldn't cancel them for it, and we shouldn't give them any attention for it either. We should just let them be. Because people will always look at them as just, oh, they're just a budget bootleg version of this other VTuber that's larger. We shouldn't give a shit. Or, yeah, we should give a shit in the back of our minds, but not really care enough to actually, like, blow it out of proportion. The only thing as common as a cat VTuber is a wolf VTuber, kind of. Yap of the century, it seems? Yeah. Hello, short human. Bro, I'm 6'1". What the fuck? Make sure to hydrate? Yes, we'll do. We need a healthy amount of skepticism these days. True. I mean, it's like the people who do VTuber names similar to bigger creators to show up in the same searches. Yeah, but the thing is, everyone will, like... Imagine we had another VTuber that was purple and looked like a human and had, like, a dog toggle, and instead of being Shoto, his name was, like, Shato. Or Shota. No, wait, maybe not Shota. But, like... We all can see how that's just a kind of a bootleg version. And no one will really care. It's just... If there's copied designs, it's just whatever. I just found another Google Docs connected to her. What can I post a tweet link? You can post it here. Sure. If you mean the one from Bao herself, I have it open and I'm, like, pretty early on still on the first one. Holy shit, I've already been live for 47 minutes? My bad. It's not that one? Sansand, you can just post it here in the chat. Go ahead. The chat. Anyways. Yeah, she was basically being overworked. The messages below showed that their primary concern is that the more non-Cinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. That is idiotic. What the fuck? It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing models less special. That makes no sense whatsoever. What? I can understand the idea behind it, but probably the way that they ended up portraying it was very intellectually dishonest. Because while it is true that the more models you make, the less like the prior ones are worth, it's not because the models are losing value, but it's just because over time you improve and you make better quality models. And if you keep your prices the same, the older ones do end up losing in value, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. It is just stupid. It's just their own way of saying, hey, if you only work with us, your older models will lose less value because you will improve slower. That is just dumb. It talks about Cinder's character, 5 pages. It shows her past life. Sure, I can add it. I'll add this to the list. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Is this about time? Not really. By the way, that link shared the tweeter's experience on Cinder before she becomes Cinder. 2.1k likes, 1.1k comments. Huh. Not gonna question its validity, but why can I ask? Okay, well, whatever. I'll look into that, like, afterwards. And also, hi, Shoga. Hi, hi. No problem. Thank you, thank you. Anyways, following screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist saying I am not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1. Which they redacted, that's fair. Specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model, my art becomes less unique and What? Less unique and special, and therefore Cinder somehow will become less special. So they're not even saying the one thing that I said that was objectively correct, and just they could have worded it wrong. This is them just saying, the more models you make, the less they'll be. That's just stupid. If anything, it works the other way around. The more models you make, the more the older ones will be unique, because there's gonna be newer and newer designs out there, making the older ones also newer and newer designs because they're different. This like absolutely makes no fucking sense whatsoever. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane. Agreed. And hurtful. True. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. Good. That is completely idiotic and moronic. That's not something I'd like to really say all that much, but it is true. It makes no sense whatsoever, and it is completely just gaslighting someone into wanting to do, you know, their dirty deeds, pretty much. What's going on? Play Annoying Frog? Cinder drama. Pretty much. Cinder drama. Is it head explosion? Type a lot or implosion? Wait, what do you mean? Okay. I mean, like, if we wanted... Oh, this is from Red. I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe can you share one of your ideas and check what I think? I got some ideas for this, I guess. Oh, so they didn't even say anything for a good 40 minutes. But then replied after 6 minutes. I was driving. Okay, never mind, my bad. What are you thinking? Okay, so I asked for help from my friends. They don't know it's you, don't worry. Saw monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also how long this would be, and if this counts for models I already worked on. Small little thing. No, it's not a monthly fee calculated with your monthly earnings. It's a lot higher than that. Because you're gimping your earnings later down the line. It should be higher. But whatever, let's like moving on from that. Sorry, Unicorn? Hey, good for you. I think the main things we're looking for are for you to not take any brand new model clients. The fuck? And to not make any new model and outfits with blank again. You'd still be able to work on models / outfits on all of your existing babies, and your artwork commissions wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that the more nano VTuber models means more nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's few people that we would just rather not be able to have a model from you. Oh, we don't like someone, so we're just gonna like cut them off entirely from your system. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Sinder unique, which is your artwork. That is stupid. Just drama. Smile! Christ. Okay, there's another image. Oh god. I'm actually like losing brain cells the more I read into this. This is so stupid. Gang, what's happening? VTuber is being a fucking dick simply because they got a couple editors slash music video makers sniped from them. That's it. Unironically. So they're trying to cut off any possible connection to that one person. Jealousy? Yeah. Which is so stupid. What about we can pay blank for you? You don't have to... This seems like a 6-figure. Is this 6 figures? Is it? Wait, bro. I'm gonna do this really quick. Wait, one sec. We can pay $1 for you, comma. Give me a second. Is it even on the lower side? I hope not. That would be so stupid. I hope not. Oh wait, that doesn't have the apostrophe or the dollar sign. Okay, wait. So what if I take a screenshot of this one and just overlay this one instead? I just threw randomly 600k in there because I was like, yeah, you know what, might as well. Are you serious? Okay, no, it is. It's only 6 digits. Okay, 600k is a lot, but still. It could be one. Oh, imagine if they actually had a dollar sign in the front and it's actually not 6 digits, it's 5. Okay, you know what? Sure. Different currency? If it's different currency, that's even worse. Because, like, does anyone know where Nano is from, more or less? No, because then they would have to add, like, the, what's it called, the letters after. I'm guessing that it's just a random 6-digit number. Probably, like, 120, 220, somewhere around there. We can pay blank for you, and you don't have to discount it from the next payment. We'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think around 4 this year! 4 models? Is their actual name redacted? Yeah. Regina George amongst the creators. Okay. 4 models this year. But it's Brazil? Oh my god. You don't work with blank, blank, or blank at all again. Models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. Name 1 and 2, I'm guessing. We also have another Gamer Subs label for you, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more since blank still asks for art every now and then? Sweating. We could do it like when name asks for art, you tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece. So you still get a job from it. Are you trying to make her homeless? No, they're trying to burn her out and put her in the hospital or something. What the fuck? It do be fair, but this is this is so shitty. What the fuck? Okay, moving on. Isn't this like monopolizing? Yeah, it is. But apparently they're not even paying enough. Another person might suspect, people suspect might be in the blacklist is Silvervale because Nano works with her a lot too. Speculation, okay. Don't know much about Silvervale. Let's overwork you, deal. Yeah, like make 4 models in a year. Yeah, sure, you only have 3 months per, and then you have to do them at qualities that are like 10k each. Go ahead, good luck. Oh. For minimum wage, we don't know how much she is actually getting paid for, but it doesn't seem like it's enough, which is big monka. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily, trying to, once again, make the idea of working with other clients seem like I'm setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up, bro. Pause. Immediately went into slandering Lily. Shy Lily, what? Or like, Lily who? Shy Lily? Lily Pichu? They consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring up drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Cinders is them trying to look out for me. What does gaslight mean? What are your friends telling you? What are your friends even telling you? That means nothing. That word is invented. Don't listen to them. Only listen to me. They're horrible people. And that's what I'm telling you. You trust us, right? You believe in what we say. By the way, all of these talks have been going on for 4 months. This was January 15th, 2025. This was April 12th. So that wasn't even too long ago. What the fuck? It's the 26th today. Chat, what's gaslighting? True. Like, what the fuck? Let's overwork you. Make everybody hate you for refusing to work with them, which you've been doing for years. Yeah, it's just stupid. Because people are gonna end up asking questions, and then what do you have to do? Like, hey, these people ended up telling me this. Bro. Gaslight, you mean a gas lantern? True. If we lighted a gas, it would explode. Nothing exploded, so I'm not gas. Okay, bro. Anyways, one more message. This is from April. Hey, Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just the model? Like outfits, or merch, or anything? Been just a model so far. Okay. Okay. Her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. Pause. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately, and we don't know if something is going on. Oh, that's weird. Ever since after V-Card launch. What is that? Does anyone know? This was out of context. I would think that this is VA drama with SAG. Oh. No, different thing. But what did you consider weird? Lately dipping out of collabs they were both a part of the last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Who cares? Bro, I don't give a fuck. Why should she give a fuck? And again, all of this could have just been fixed by just saying, hey, is everything okay? I raided you a couple of times and you didn't seem to react the same way that you did. Are we cool? This is just teen drama? Yeah, the problem is that there's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. This is not teen drama at this point. It's like, imagine if fucking high school teenagers ended up becoming actually popular and had fuck you levels of money. This is what this would look like. What is even happening at this point? I don't know. Just like weird petty stuff, I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking about collabing, and I don't know what happened. If you don't know what happened, then why are you even speaking about this? But her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. And also, hi Aqua. Sorry to bother, but Barry, just let me know that newer doc sent to you has not safe for work chats in them but not pictures, so just fair warning. Okay, thank you. V-Card is a VTuber card game releases by GamerSubs. The actual mechanics of the card games are shit, and most card game enjoyers say that it's shit and feels more like a collectible rather than a playable game. Oh. Why is this teenager your manager, Cinder? Not only your manager, but spoilers a little bit, that's the fucking boyfriend. Christ. Okay, well, next image. Oh, this one I can just read from here. I don't know, hate that we keep bringing you into drama. But I don't dislike actually doing it though. I thought that it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank look a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Fair enough. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily. We're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. Compete! What about coexisting? Big thing, by the way. Big. explosion. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they were considered friends, who always helped, supported, and platformed Sinder. Sounds fair. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and somehow justified their actions. They implied Lily ignored Sinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip. There's no way, right? That'd be so stupid.
Okay.
Cinder's rating for 3,837.
Oh, hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours.
Is it just the fact that she didn't say thank you for the raid Cinder specifically? Is that it? That's all there is.
Hello, everyone! Hello! The Pyropop raid! Hello, Pyropops! What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually... Okay, so most people know me for my gacha addiction.
This seems like overanalyzing. That's petty. They just didn't say a name. Who gives a fuck? They didn't say hi, Cinder. That's it. What the... I feel dumb. I do feel dumb too. Don't worry about it. It's not just you. It's also me. Well, moving on. It is so stupid, but whatever. Oh my god, more screenshot. This one is actually higher quality than the other ones. What the fuck? She didn't say my name, this bitch. Bro, who cares? And even then, Cinder and Shy Lily are supposedly, quote-unquote, friends. So why should Shy Lily end up actually thanking, fucking prostrating herself, like putting herself on her knees and like start bowing to Cinder specifically, instead of saying hi to 3,836 more people? She's already spoken to Cinder multiple times. They're friends. They speak to each other like at least often, I'm guessing. It's whatever. Like if I were to raid Qbert, he would say, hi raiders. Like, it's not a bad thing. I'm not gonna like fucking like start saying Qbert is a horrible person. I fucking love Qbert. He's great. That is when people raid you, I can't remember if you always said their name with other people I watch. Sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. Usually it's high raiders, because like that's how it is. Unless you say each pyro puppet their individual name and thanking them for raiding trash. It's so stupid. This has the same energy of a random chatter going like, why are you ignoring my messages? Anyways, from Redacted. Real. Is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing So it seems like this is... They were talking normally and then he just goes into drama? What? Is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for? We'll have the demon update list plus Funner arcade reference for you soon as it's finished. I think it is. I have an outfit planned for Blank too. As for Blank, we got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Notes. Do you know who's breaking Lily's model? It's gonna be hidden. Thank you, actually. No spoilers. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artist, never a break. So they're also glazing the shit out of her. Like, zip it up when you're done. Like, what the fuck? And they're asking all these questions. At this point, it's speculation, yes. But you've got to be blind to be able to not see the fact that they're using the name of who's rigging the model just to speak to them and go like, hey guys, or like, hey person that's rigging the model. Shy Lily's a horrible person. You knew about that? Hey, can you just like drop the commission the same way that they ended up asking Nano, hey, can you just stop like working for them right now? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, there's more. Okay, it's 2 more images. I'll screenshot just both. Fuck it. Blink. Blink. This one. Nah, don't worry. Just don't stress too much with the side of things. It's bad for balding, bruh. I'm gonna go bald now. I'll keep you in the loop about everything else going on with that. The balding? No, you fool. You just stupid drama. Bro, you fool? Okay, that's kind of cringe though. But whatever. Maybe it's their speech pattern. I don't know. Gotta stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. Also, a profile picture looks like a guy with a mustache. Don't go too far in the competitiveness. It can get bad, true? Gotta chill sometime. Hey, it's not us, caught. Sausage. We aren't the ones getting a new model from the art. Whoa, what the fuck? We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSup's owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. What about talking it out? They're both co-owners of a company. If anything pops up, like, I don't think that... I don't know at this point if Redacted is saying all of these things and DMing Nano out of request from Sinder, or if they're doing it by themselves. If they're doing it, like, either or, whatever is happening here in these DMs is horrible for GamerSupps as a company. Because if anything goes on, like any drama pops up, the company is gonna take, like, the brunt of it. They're gonna lose actual money from it. This is one of those cases where if they actually don't like each other, they should just talk it out and then never interact with each other, but still keep, like, ownership of the company to not fuck up their incomes. This is just a bad business practice. Sinder said that they were no longer aligned with Redacted. Well, they're no longer aligned now that they actually got caught? Or, like, that this whole shit happened? I think that that's very much a knee-jerk reaction. I'll just have to read more and see, like, what the fuck happens from there. And also, no longer aligned? It's just weird. Atlas talking and communicating properly is impossible, especially these days. Fair enough. They literally type like this to prove a point. It's whatever. Next. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. What? It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to do that on multiple occasions, mention other people alleged drama. Ooh. Oh, this is with Sinder! Okay, so they're both fucking stupid. It's not just like the manager doing everything by himself. They're just actually idiots, both of them. Sinder, I wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about that with Red. But I don't want to be dragged... Oops. I don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. Smart. That's how it should be. After all, Blank is still a client and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Good. We care about the mental health of artists. Pat pat. I would hit the block button at that point, not gonna lie. They can't do it, sadly, because there is, like, work involved. And I'm gonna be honest, if I was in, like, Nano's shoes, I would be kind of scared of blocking either Sinder or Red. Because if they're acting so hateful and spiteful, because of something as stupid as, oh, they just hired full-timer editor, I'm sure that they would start to actually, like, talk behind people's backs about Nano. It's a situation where it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they don't do anything, it's just gonna end up like... those two people are gonna end up, like, fucking hurting them over and over and over again. But if they do something about it, well, they're just gonna hurt them, but behind the scenes, which is even worse, I'd say. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I understand if things don't work out because of Blank. I just love my clients, that is all. I get it, Nano, and it wasn't fair to push this on you, but it's really just confusing going back and forth about it. Sad cat. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. What? Insane concept, by the way. What about finding a new artist? If you want to distance yourself, instead of limiting someone's options. Or, even better, what about marketing yourself as different? Wow. The choice is to get hurt or get hurt. On Nano's position, yeah. I'm going out on a limb and going to predict that they already talk shit on Nano to others. Let's be fucking honest. Yes, they 1000% already did it. They were like, oh, you know all the drama that I told you about with like Bao and Shy Lily? Yeah, you know like the model artist Nano? Yeah, they're a fence sitter. They just want to be able to get money from all of this. Shut up. It's so idiotic. But it's so obvious that that's what they're probably going to do. And when you said, I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore. Which hurts so much after all this time. That is so manipulative. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with. But this is how I've been feeling. I don't really see the point of keep thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more. But would never give Blank any priority over you. Also, there hasn't even been any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least GamerSup's art would be fine with me. So she's actually giving in because of all the peer pressure. That's been going on for at least a month, because the first image, this was on the 15th of January, and this is Sinder DMing them on the 11th of February. A good month of just peer pressure and like actually letting it sit in your mind. That's really bad. I don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us. I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this, my mental is just a bit weak. It's okay, Nano, you're good. You're good. I'd be scared to be around both of them with the way that they speak. It's like loose cannons. Bro, unironically, these are the type of people that I would just like straight up go, bro, I don't like you. Block. And never interact with them ever again. Those people are just fucking weird, I think. Can I get a sub? Yeah, sure. I just don't see redeems. My bad, my bad. So it's this one. And also didn't see until now, but Oni, thank you for the bits. Thank you. Very much appreciated. I don't know. This is just... Overall, this is very, very stupid. And... it's actually kind of embarrassing, I'd say. You know that they have a private chat where they talk about how to gaslight people? No, they probably just have a private chat where they actually think that they're genuinely in the right, and they're actually just talking shit about Nano for not wanting to bend down to what they want to do. Or what they want them to do. Anyways, this one here. One last screenshot. There's a lot of like images on here, actually. Thank you, no worries. Enjoy ads. Ad-free viewing and enjoy the emotes. Enjoy. I would have no patience for this sort of thing. We wouldn't, obviously. I'm guessing that there's a lot of people over here as well that wouldn't really have the same patience. They wouldn't actually like do any of this. They would instantly block and whatever. The problem is that we're just different. And not everyone is like that. Especially in a community such as VTubing. A lot of the people in here, like in the community itself, if they get a hate raid or any hate whatsoever or any little bit of pushback, they will fold instantly. And that's just because in streaming, a lot of people are just like a little bit insecure and they think of streaming as their own safe space. So the moment they have someone going against what they want and actually be confident in what they say, they will fold. Which sucks. This would happen to me, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened to a lot of people here as well. It just sucks. I detect gaslighting from a mile away and that disgusts me immediately. I'd immediately be like, nice try, bye. What the text? It's a lot of drama. And also, hi, Peter. Oh my god, kitty. Kitty cat. I'm a patient person, but this is trash. I'd consider myself patient until a certain point. I would not be able to stand by this, but I'm so sorry. I have to use Keith as an example. Me and Keith are like basically two sides of the coin. While I would be very brash and just go like, you're fucking weird, bye, and block, Keith would fold. For context, Keith is my SO. We're married and shit, but yeah. They would fold. I wouldn't. But that's just how people are. Everyone's different. Very patient. I remember how you taught Ghost Stars that one time. I don't know what that is. I don't remember actually. I'm too dumb to get gaslit. When they said, you know how Bao is, I do. Okay, bro. Anyways, the image. Sorry about this. My mental's a bit weak. Same girl. Okay, bro. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is kind of... I want you to get that money, but at the same time, don't take commissions from these people. And we're not going to pay you a fair price. You don't want them to get the money. You only want them for yourself out of spite. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I just want to get along. Understand if things don't work out. About this, it would be mostly if you hate me for not burning blank down from my list. I'd never hate you. Thank you and same. I'm just an insecure bitch. I love everything we've done together and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. It seems like Red is saying one thing, but Sinder is saying something slightly different. You know what this looks like? This looks like the bad cop, good cop trope. You first have the person that is like very aggressive with the way that they say things, and they go like, oh yeah, you should do all of this, you should like do this, please do this. Not even please, actually, you should, because it's good for you. Everything else, like, if you don't do this, you're just gonna feel like shit. And then Sinder comes in and just goes like, oh no, it's okay, I'm here for you, we all care about you, but it would be a little nice if you could do this. Oh, but I also really care about you, I could never hate you, we want you to get money, when in reality that's the opposite of what's going on. Sinder has a lot more to lose, so she has to maintain a good face on all of this. The problem is that the way that she's maintaining the face, especially with the context prior to this, just makes her look even worse. This whole thing here of I want you to get the money is the most insulting fucking thing in all of this. Because they don't. They only care about their own personal motives that they have behind the scenes. Justifying their behavior by stating that they're simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, true, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning, while thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. See, even the person actually that recognizes this. Like, they're not looking out for Nano as an artist. The only thing they're doing is furthering their own personal goals. Because let's say an actual like Google Doc came out on Bao or Shy Lily, and it was bad, Nano would lose one client. One, that's it, because the person would be off the internet. But by doing what Sinder and Red want, they're not losing just one client, they're losing a lot of potential clients that are on a fucking dodge list, simply because they don't like them. They're not looking out for her, they're just doing what they want. That's like cutie, hi. Concerning my work and models as a team. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that they have more clients alongside them, makes my work less special, with the recurrence of it's just business, crazy! Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons, and that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. Like what? No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. Also, hello to the cutest of dogs. How are you doing? How are you doing, Atlas? Not too bad. Hey, hope the Rivals has been going well, especially with season 2. But like, all of this is just so idiotic. Just business is reason to be a bitch. It's not business. It's just spite and pettiness. Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons. As, like, what? He's gonna be your best friend? He's gonna be like, oh, your little Pookie Bear? Who gives a fuck? Does my little Pookie Bear give me tens of thousands of dollars? No. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It is a business. And there is no business in just being friends and losing clients. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Sinder's behalf. There you go. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% of Sinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them that this was the case. Big image. Big screenshot. we open. What the fuck is going on? When my music playlist is like going to shit. Bro, I'll just skip this one. Okay, here. Hey Sinder, are you doing okay? Oh god. Wait, I need to like adjust the image as well. My bad. Here. Hey Sinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and I believe that he talked to you already. And though it would be best if I just check here personally. I actually wanted to know know better your thoughts, because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood things. I kind of feel bad. I'm doing good, what's up, Nano? Dialogue scared the shit out of me? That scared the shit out of me too. It's mostly about this, from Redacted. Not to discredit, wow, this is small text. Not to discredit any of your work, because everything you work on is a top of the line incredible. But when everyone's a nano baby, it feels less special to be one, if that makes sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from gamer subs lately too. What? I thought on canceling some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. Yeah, especially with the money. I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business! Exclamation point, smile. Of course, we would love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason, for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Who even mentioned instead? They're just like actually changing their words to make them feel even worse. It's like you either work only for me or you don't work with me anymore. Being one of your very first model babies was amazing. Yeah, I don't like that wording. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. So pretty much just, oh, it would suck to lose me as a connection, because I helped you improve so much. I helped you get better at cutting your model live 2D. And that's what got you the clients. It was me. Bro, I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates. So let us just know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them, sad cat. It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be an exclusive nano art baby anymore. What the fuck? Sinder feels like they're being deprioritized by gamer subs, which is probably a big chunk of her money, and it's a Shy Lily company, so they're pissed. It's no personal reason, I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far and I like working on different projects and people. I never said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. Aw, Pat. Can't take the word baby seriously. I can't either, I don't like the terminology, but that's how it is in the community, so I just let it be. I don't care. I also think that it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about, so I'll go through my plans with Red and send you your ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too, and he absolutely loves your work as much as I do. It's okay, we'll update you guys ASAP, sounds good to me. Oh my god, and it's back to Red. By the way, I just realized this wasn't going from January 15, 2025. This is from 2023! November 2023? So they were instilling the idea for that long. Also have a good one, Apples. Please take care. Take care, take care. No wonder they ended up folding. Holy shit, 2 years of pettiness? Like 1.5, but still, yeah. Red tries to make it look like they were never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive with framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working for more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Sinder clone. It's not about... So it's about working with Sinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models, so I do more for Sinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist and I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to open slots for Sinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree. You're a free artist and you should do what you want, but I was under that impression that taking on more Sinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think that we were making you do that. But guess we got a misunderstanding on both sides. Nice. The heroic music in the background while Nana speaking for herself. This. Okay. Oh, I see. I mean, what I said, it's still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had to only do Sinder work from now on. That's with anything though, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. Okay. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I'll keep things more business talk and less emotional, lol. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Sinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. By the way, all of this could have easily been broken by just saying, hey, you know Shoto's model maker? They make models for other people as well. Didn't they make a model for Kenji as well, if I remember correctly? Does anyone ever put together Kenji and Shoto in the same discussion? Ever? No. No one does. They're such fucking unique people and personalities. No one cares. That's like telling a baker that baking too many cakes make each cake less delicious. Yeah, it's like, oh, you should stop making wedding cakes for like other families and stuff like that and should only work for ours, because if you make it both for us and for other people, our wedding cake will mean less. And our wedding will mean less. Which is so idiotic, just in general. You know how sad I'd be if my clients gatekeep my commission? Heartbroken? I'd instantly drop them. But Nano wasn't able to for a good year and a half. Until now. But every single model I do is unique and make them special in their way. True! It's not like I'm selling Sinder to everyone, please don't feel this way. No, I know, you pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I made you both feel this way too. She shouldn't feel anything! If anything, she should feel mad that she's being treated like shit! And basically being lied to and manipulated for the sake of their own personal gain out of pettiness. Almost 2 years worth of manipulation just for... It's so idiot. I can't. Whatever. It's simply business. Oh, that's a chapter? Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Sinder instead. People fold easily? I'll be honest, I don't think that it's a thing of people fold easily. If for a year and a half you got gaslit and manipulated into doing something that you didn't want to do, I'm pretty sure most people would fold. 18 months of garbage of people telling you your work is gonna mean less if you end up making it for more people is gonna affect someone. Maybe a month, no, you're not gonna fold. 2 months, no. 6 months, maybe not. A year, okay, you're getting there. A year and a half, nope. It's been far too long of the same dogshit messages being like sent over and over and over again. Oh god. It's okay, Nano, you're just making a living and making a name for yourself. I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again, like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things, depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We're all trying to have our name somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. You shouldn't even apologize, oh my god! I still love working with you guys, and again, I apologize for the trouble in your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business! If you want to go through the project that we talked about, let me know which ones you'd want to too. Oh, by the way, something that I only noticed now. This is the 25th of November 2023, and they were talking about exclusivity without ever mentioning money in the exclusive contract until January, was it? January of 2025. They were like, only work for us, we're not gonna give you anything. Christ. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situation. Is this about blank model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Sinder. I want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings. Business is business. That's a crazy statement. VTuber drama today? Yeah. No, Satori. Good morning. Nano, you're a freelance artist and Blank is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. Understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you, which is block them! I really appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved into this fight, I just go art burr. True. Right now, I just don't think our other conversation sounded like it was trying to make you not work with her on a model, like Blank specifically. What? Wait. Right now, I just didn't think our other conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. So they were basically just being completely and entirely intellectually dishonest about the way that they were speaking and just trying to gaslight her into saying, or into thinking, hey, what you read was not what I actually meant. Me telling you to only work with us? No, that's not what I meant. I just wanted to say, oh, could you work for us primarily? When in reality, if you scroll up on the messages, it straight up just says, oh, can you stop working with these people because we don't like them? Okay. Like Blank specifically. Maybe I just considered the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay, but are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup, I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell all of this to Sinder. It'll be fine. Don't worry, I think she's still sleeping. Damage control. We're reaching the last 3 pages of this first doc. Oh god. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and is all kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended. It should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in— No shit! No shit, it would cause— Oh my god! As it would cause career issues for Sinder to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is even spoilered a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't be accidentally leaked. You said first? Yeah, there was a second one. There's also 7 pages, I think. There's 2. Oh yeah, there's a third one here, right? Yeah. You caught me invested. Okay. I try to be as transparent— This is still 2023. I try to be as transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides to be this way. You didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Sinder, did you? No. Oh, wow. They actually don't even want that to be known. I told them all it was health issues. I will never blame anyone besides Blank. Lol. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on / not work on something, especially if it's something you want to do / don't want to do. And our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder's work. Again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. And over a year, they ended up changing their mind entirely. But whatever. Well, let's see if Blank wants a nano model or not, and hope that Blank finds someone else. XDD. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she's asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Sinder himself. Discord's new CEO needs to add an NDA feature to DM's profit? Honestly? No. That's a horrible idea. Oh, well, the new Discord CEO is like from what? Activision Blizzard? Maybe they're actually gonna gatekeep that one. They're gonna do like Twitter Blue, where you need to actually like pay for Twitter Blue to be able to message like 5,000 times a day. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Sinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because Blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you just becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Sinder as an equal or a friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy. Like I've been seeing some people, her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Then what about trying to diversify your content and be different to be able to stand out even more? Now that your quote-unquote copy has just popped off, people will start to get bored of that kind of content because they watched that exact same content from you for years. You can't stagnate for a long time and be the same and expect things to get better. It is just completely stupid. Like, oh, sorry. There was like a pound of like chicken next to me. My bad. Branching out and trying new things is scary. It is scary, but the payoff is gigantic. And even then, we've gotten to a point in society where people's attention spans are so fucking low, if you do something and it doesn't work out, people are gonna forget by tomorrow. How many people remember Queso actually doing fucking NBA 2K streams on Twitch? How many people remember the fact that he also streamed an entire playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy? Very few do. Just do something different. Who, Queso? Sorry for not paying much attention. Was the blacklist for the upcoming like competition specifically people Sinder had beef with? People that Sinder had beef with. No competition. Just people she didn't like. Or she and Redacted. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't just about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. Talk to her about it. This is even, prior to these messages, by the way. This is from fucking July, sorry. 19th of July, 2023. So it actually has been almost 2 years at this point. And the marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. Talk to her. I just know anything we do, she's watching, and we'll take from or try out to do. Oh my god, do you know the spinning figure we have on stream? Blank figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Sinder debuted Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced spinning figure on screen with exclamation point figure right next to it. Blank streamed yesterday. First stream since her Sinder debut. Guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation point figure next to it. And who cares? Who gives a fuck? This is like watching the first person that created like the whole command that says exclamation point prime, that says, hey guys, subscribe with Twitch Prime to be able to get ad-free viewing and also emotes, and then someone else copies it because it's like, oh shit, that's a smart idea, and then they feel petty and feel anger from it because they decided to just implement a smart idea. Only one person can have exclamation point lore. Yeah, it's so stupid. It just makes no sense. Does anyone know how long the blacklist is? At least 3 people. Don't know. But considering the way that they speak, it's probably a lot more than that. Think of any girl VTuber that has more than like 200 viewers. I'd say a good 30% in there. Probably. As long as they speak during stream during NA time. Or like NA EU, not Asia. Oh god, what is this? There's one more. Then a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started to take her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames. And now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus, using all fire emojis all the time, SMH. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her, and now uses Cerberus or Cerber Pup, or whatever her lore says she is. I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Yeah, so it's like, there was also unprovoked tweets from her, like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design is all me, this is who I am. Like, huh, who are you saying that to? Oh, lol. On random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated blank fan, or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips, saying, like, when are you going to clip blank? Only on Cinder clips. Okay, cool. There is someone that's copying your content. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? They're always gonna live in your shadow. They themselves said it earlier, that they felt like they were living in someone else's shadow because they had like very similar designs, etc. If this one person only started popping off recently by copying everything that you've been doing, they themselves will feel the exact same way, and you should have no fucking reason to even be mad to begin with. Because they will always be just thought as the Cinder bootleg version. But low-key, when people copy you, you know you made it. Exactly! Like, when people start copying you, it's the moment where you drop whatever the fuck you're doing and start thinking of something else. That just means that you're ahead of everyone. It's like in Formula 1. When you have the best car and people start copying you, it means that you have a buffer where you can think of other new concepts and original designs and ideas so that you can be ahead of them forever. And that's what it should have been. The moment they see someone copying them, it's like, holy shit! Now I have time to be able to do whatever the fuck I want. Now I can actually like try to experiment with other things. And if I hit another jackpot, then the only thing they'll be forced to do is just copying me. It's just stupid. Isn't Hell House supposed to be connected to fire though? Otherwise, it's just a dog? Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea who they're mentioning. I'm guessing that it's that one like blue fire girl from earlier as well. Tracing point, but it's VTubing. Yeah, that's why they're pink actually. That's why VTube Studios logo is pink. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who's been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure. Clap, clap. I actually kind of feel bad for Nano, genuinely. Because this one last image was from May 10th, 2023. So we're actually closing in on 2 years of basically just manipulation, gaslighting, and... do I want to call it bullying, in a sense? Maybe not. But you get what I'm trying to get at. It's really bad. Woke up to these news, very disappointing. Same. Like, I could guess, at least, that a lot of VTubers, especially higher up, do have a lot of, like, pent-up anger towards other people, because that's just what happens with streaming. But the fact that this happened for 2 years, and no one spoke up about it until now, kind of leads me to believe that this has been happening for maybe even longer than that, and towards more people that have been too afraid to even speak up about this for a very long time. Also, Farrell, hi. Seeing the Twitter replies go from, oh my god, Queen, is there anything that I can do, to the fuck you mean, sorry, get ukulele, what the fuck? This replay is gold? Wait, what is this? Redacted will still maintain his boyfriend position. Yeah, actually, like, someone mentioned that that was a boyfriend. Where is that? There's another one from Bao, actually. Here. There's another document that has been quote retweeted from Nano's original post by Bao the VTuber. 24k likes. Holy shit, we're actually going places. What the fuck? To be honest, that's emotional abuse. It 1000% is. Like constantly convincing someone not pursuing something that would be their way of earning profit, their livelihood. Not even earning profit. They're going out of their way to say your work is worse if you actually decide to do what's best for you. If you get more clients, your work will mean less. The models that you make, the older they get, the less worth they'll be, simply because you're making models for other people. But instead, if you only work for me, your work would be more expensive. And in this case, they're basically like anchoring the word expensive or price to good. All of this is worded into a way where it seems like if you do things for us, that's good for you and you'll feel better about yourself. But if you do things for other people that we don't like as well, you're not working with us anymore, because that's something that they ended up saying. Like, oh, are you, like, where was the fucking screenshot? There was one here. There was something about, it was from Sinder, actually, the DM. Yeah, there it is. I get it, Nano, it was unfair to push this on you, but it's really confusing going back and forth about it. I get compared to her a lot. No, yeah, I'm sorry. I want you to get that money. And there was also, like, messages saying stuff like, oh, are you gonna be working with us or with them? Which is basically just, hey, do you want to lose a client or not? It's just so stupid. And also, hi Farrell. Hi. Just checking in on you. I have zero clue what's going on, so just drop by. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Is this Wally soundtrack? Is it? I'm not sure. I just have like a playlist playing in the background. But this is just fucking embarrassing. Because they've been doing this for years. They've had a dodge list or a blacklist of people that they didn't like for at least 2 years. And that they've been a snake and just... Do I want to call them a fraud? For this long. You know, this kind of makes me feel bad for that one guy called Sinder Love You. Where is this guy? I kind of feel bad for this person. Oh my god. Have you heard about Sinder? Okay, let's just move on. Bro, what is this image actually? Let me see. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Well, kind of, yeah. Oh, wow. Incredible that, like, Cinder's whole color design is, like, red and orange with, like, flames. And there's flames in the background of, like, fucking Anakin. Funny. Like, if you're so concerned with someone's art can somehow eventually become worthless, why would you even work with them? Exactly. Like, their idea is the more models you make, the more your older models are gonna, like, be worth less. So why commission them? Like, logically, it makes no sense. Anyways, I can move on to the Bao, like, doc now. There's heavy traffic on the side. Oh, God. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanoless had decided to share with the public, and the messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt, and remember that we are still only humans just at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both Sinder and Redacted Red, despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the messages, the words we, were, and our occur numerous times. As someone who is close and worked with Sinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Sinder and Red collaborate, and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known and approved of by Sinder. Which is something that Sinder hasn't said yet. But whatever. In March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a live 2D model. With an actual quote to it. Oh shit. Welcome to Bao Yandere Subathon. I didn't even know that this happened. Huh. Hope you didn't have any plans because I lost the key to the basement. Okay. Nanoless was going to be the live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and the base model sketch, there was suddenly very back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad, as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I'd grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. And now, thanks to the first Google Doc, we actually know that it was not because they were actually sick, but it's because they were being peer pressured by Sinder and Redacted to actually not make the model. We've seen that already. In a private group chat that Sinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment on or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting me and reassuring me. I now realize the reason for her silence was because Sinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanoless. What about, we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it for the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work. Yeah, this is the image. This is the image from, what's it called? This is the image from the first Google Doc. Oh my god, I remember this, yeah. What about we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment and we'll continue giving you lots of work. I think this 4 models per year right now. You don't work with Bao or blank at all. Again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with Bao or blank before. So some names are finally actually like being non-covered. Thank you for covering this. You're funny. Hi, Striker. We also have the GamerSubs label for you, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more since blank still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when blank asks for art, you tell her no, and then you tell us to buy another art piece, so you still get a job from it, which is like still stupid as we mentioned earlier. Okay, can I ask for a Demon Cinder figure? Okay. Of course, I wanted to understand it better. Wait, I'll actually like zoom into this one. Here. Some guy said I looked up to you too much and that's gotta hurt? Well, I'm sure that like this whole like Cinder drama made a lot of people feel bad. Because I would not be surprised if a lot of VTubers that are like streaming nowadays have actually been inspired by Cinder. Because they used to just be viewers and they decided, oh shit, she's doing it, I might as well try as well. You know, it could work, I could be enjoying this. Which doc are we looking at right now? The one from Bao. Like, imagine if out of nowhere a Google Doc about Iron Mouse ended up like just popping up and turns out she was a horrible person. It would break the hearts of so many people. I actually genuinely feel bad because like she's been like this for a while and no one knew. At least people don't gas her up saying you can be better by holding her accountable and memeing it's just business. I like the memes. I just say. I like the memes. Are you jinxing Mouse? No, I don't think that she... I don't know her. Never mind. I can't even say I don't think she's like that. I don't know any streamer, but if anything, this should be a light. Or this should... how do I explain this? This should be an example to not idolize people. And think for yourself. You can have a favorite streamer, but you don't know them. The same way that they don't know you. You can't know if they're a horrible person or not. You just can't. And it sucks. They just did a Google Doc of you. Wait. If they did a Google Doc of you, we would just go like, so nothing new here, just my code. Okay, bro. Of course, I want to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time. Oh, it's Bao. Well, with Blank, she's giving a lot of bias and priority gamer subs, sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it. Plus, she's gone 3D lately. This would be really easy to be able to know who that is. Blank hurt one of our friends pretty bad, and I can't really say much more than that since it's not my drama to get into. Blank has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago, and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. I think we know who this is at this point. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try to safeguard our most important artist from her, since she's already taking our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't want to work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told them not to do any more with us. How could you know? What if this is just gaslighting? Because this sounds eerily similar to what you are doing that you never mentioned before in these past 2 years. But like the model art is the most important thing, that's a VTuber's entire image. Again, this is all secret, la la la. Nice. I'm late to the yap, it's okay. At this point, I'm gonna actually like end up uploading this shit on YouTube, so it's kind of just whatever. I'm finally like, I finally found the password. I'll revive that shit, whatever. I'll start like actually posting on it. Oh god, this one. And now she's barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators. And like, and you're a nano model? Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. She's a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. We've seen these in the first doc. 2 hours? Not even that long, honestly. It is a detailed yap. I talk a lot, my bad. Nano asked Redacted on why he's encouraging her not to finish my model. Redacted then lists my name amongst various VTubers, as well as the vendetta Sinder and Redacted harbor against each. Bao has been Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators, has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. I'm gonna be honest, I think that this is very, very stupid of the whole she hijacked our YouTube editor. I don't know if it's just a me thing. I don't know if it's just a friend group thing that like I do, but I have a group chat and a Discord server in which there's like a bunch of friends, and every single time we see a new like model artist or like movie maker for like lyrics for like music videos or live 2D animators, we have a Discord channel in which we share. And if we want a commission first, we just end up saying, hey, could you guys wait until I commission first? And it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't care. Sharing is caring. And even then, sharing for editors and stuff like this and people that actually just want to make a living is a really good thing. It ends up just making it so that these people are more known. That's how it should be. I like how much more expressive you are now. I ended up like tweaking a little bit with my model. Sadly, I'm using Wi-Fi for my model, so it's not like moving perfect, but it's somewhere. We haven't even gotten to the other people yet. It gets worse? Do you edit your videos or just put the full VOD? Even if I do end up editing them, it's like very light, so if you watch this from like beginning to end, there's no reason to watch the video. Wi-Fi for VBridger? I don't have VBridger actually. You don't move much? I don't now because my phone is connected through Wi-Fi instead of like through a cable. Because iTunes is like being a piece of shit and it's not recognizing my phone. I don't know. It's stupid. Atlas, your explanation has direct communication. This drama clearly doesn't have any communication at all. We're getting a new cable? I bought one yesterday. Fuck you. I actually did buy one. I got peer pressured. Anyways, back to the drama. This is what Redacted lists as reason why Nanoless should cancel her ongoing Life to Decommission with me, all the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what friends do. True. Friends do not sabotage their other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. True. Did you cancel models? Oh my god, I have this image, right? Yeah, it's this one. Did you cancel models? I did not. Nano Arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections, you'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. I can give her the outfit for free as an apology gift. Oh, design, sorry. More screenshots of them urging Nanoless to cancel the ongoing Life to Decommission with me, even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design during Sinder's and I's concert at WeebCon in 2024. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I shouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price, if she starts shit. LOL. Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the model inquiry today. Today was a mistake. Oh my god. I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit. Oh god, I don't know what I would have ever done if to either Redacted or Sinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. True, what the fuck did she do? Like fucking kill their dog or something? Rushia moment. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Wow, people actually understand the meaning of speaking words. Regarding the messages where Sinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artist that I've worked with. Here. She hired an editor they liked. No, because like all of this actually goes back to 2023. The editor they liked was 2024. Hi Kaiser, nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlights from me and Sinder's collab, and I really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit chat more. Thanks again. Hi Bao, I'd love an edit for you. I just sent a friend request on Discord. Kaiser. Hey, W. She hijacked our YouTube editor. The YouTube editor Kaiser is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Sinder. My channel manager Jun and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month. One a month, that's it! That's it! All of this is just for one single stream highlight per month. That's it! It's not even like a weekly thing, it's not a daily thing, no, it's... As we are aware of his extensive position as Sinder's channel manager, I made a point to notice my inquiry email to him in 2023. A call from March 20th, 2025 that lasted 5 hours. Oh. On March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors, fair enough. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Sinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. Even he actually got one. Okay, this is something that they didn't mention in the first talk. So even the YouTube editor actually got an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Sinder and Kaiser, I encouraged them to take the deal and reassured them that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone that I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. We actually have a normal human being. There's an actual normal human being. Oh my god. Is it difficult to be like this? The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. The bare minimum is hard to get and find, apparently. Holy fuck. Naro probably wouldn't know, but damn, yeah. I know how using it. What's this? Drama related to Sinder. That's crazy. Good humans exist. I know, after seeing that fucking Google Doc, I thought that it was impossible. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Sinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I've only ever supported them and their activities and never once thought that I somehow had gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had movies made by her editor, and the songs flopped. That's crazy. We love working with you. Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea. Oh, I remember this. I have this one opened here as well, right? Yeah, there we go. Let me tell you the tea about the movie thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Yikes. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says that he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. Ask him when he's free to do the next project, and all of a sudden he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. How bad the things gotta be to make a normal human behavior look like a miracle? You need to understand, in VTubing, the amount of times that quote-unquote drama pops up, and it's unironically just, hey, this person is not liking this person, but instead of actually like telling them to their face and stop collabing with them, they want the bag, they want the money, and start shit-talking them behind their back, and just like actually manipulating other people around them for years and years on end. That is a common fucking trend in this like community. And sadly, the reason to it is very simple. Most of the people that are in VTubing, sadly, or at least not most, but like the very loud minority of people that are in VTubing are stuck with their high school mindset of they have peaked there and they think that their looks are actually like everything that matters, or they're just very, very like bitter people that have never really grown out of their bitter phase. And the moment they realize that if they spend money, they get a good looking model and people will look at them different, they think to themselves that they're worth what they look. It created an entire Mean Girls culture inside the community. And it's very difficult, very, very difficult to get out of. Because like all of this Sinder drama, there's a very good chance that a lot of people knew it behind the scenes, but no one could say anything because they're co-owner of a company that actually brings in a fuck ton of cash. And there's people's livelihoods behind it. It just sucks overall. I watch Bao a decent bit more than Sinder, mostly on YouTube. Bao feels more real than Sinder, you know? I guess that's fair to understand. One is an act and the other one is more just herself. But that's like two different forms of content. This feels like an episode of South Park. Like, what kind of fucked up situation you have to threaten others with a gun just to be able to communicate properly? High school mentality. That's all there is. That's how they are. And it sucks because like it just ends up putting a very bad stigma on VTubers. Or like just in general of like the larger VTubers inside the VTubing community itself. Because it's gotten to a point where like VTubing drama, especially last year, was at least once a week. There would be something happening at least once a week. There would be at least a Google Doc once a week. And it was just sad. Because, like, a lot of these Google Docs could literally just be fixed by, like, being a better person and just wanting to talk to someone. Sinder has Cartman confirmed. Okay, bro. Okay, this one is a pretty long one. This is with Nano Redacted. Oh, this is new. Okay, wait, let me see. Be curious. Here. I just hate Twitter. The thing that I see makes me lose my mind. I just follow NBA Twitter and that's it. And I have a lot of fun in it. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for next Boss Rush project. We think that Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100% better than her original songs last year, that she locked him up so no one else could work with him. And then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a little announcement tweet. I had this one. Okay, never mind. Oh shit, yeah, okay, that's super weird. With the way that it's worded, yeah, 1000%. But at this point, we know that, like, if they're willing to lie and be such dogshit people overall, over and over and over again, there is no more trust. If you're willing to lie about big things, I'm not gonna trust you on smaller things. If you're willing to be a piece of shit person for 2 years straight, I'm not gonna trust you, like, simply because, like, one day you decided to say one right thing. Like, all of this is hard to take serious. Bro's talking like the editor doesn't have free will. Exactly. If anything, the editor actually posting the announcement is really good for him. Because Bao is gonna end up retweeting it, which means that Bao's followers will end up following the fucking, like, the editor. Which means more people will have the editor's videos on their feed, more people will end up like actually liking them and retweeting them, which means more traction to the editor itself, and maybe even better, more clients. This is not some elaborate plan created by Bao specifically to shit on Sinder. This is just how social media works. They're not doing anything bad. And this is the tweet. After I finish up 2 more commissions for Peep, I'll be shutting down my commissions forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao VTuber. Freelance has been fun and I got to work with lots of really cool people, but I'm putting myself and Bao's content as my only priorities for the future. He's just alerting other people like, hey guys, I'm not going to do commissions anymore. If this tweet had never happened, then people would still be asking him to commission, and then he would have to go like, oh, hi guys, I can't, I'm sorry. He has to post something like this and pin it. Anonymously in-house, as in will never be credited publicly so no one knows who does this work for Bao. No, that's not what the fuck does that mean? This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I'd like to separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this, no one decides to do this on their own. This was 2 weeks after Boss Rush came out. Or, what if, oh my god, incredibly difficult concept to wrap your head around. They just don't want to use Twitter anymore. They just want to make their money, have their fun, and not have to care about any of this. Wow. Like, it's not difficult. It's pretty weird. Yeah, but they were being manipulated into this. Boss Rush could have also been a nightmare to edit. I just watched it and it looks rough. I can look it up right now. Where's this? Bao Boss Rush. VTuber. Oh, you sent the link? Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Okay. Pause this. Play this. Oh, this is the song that I was playing at the start of stream. Never mind. Is this copyrighted? I hope not. Actually, no, I'm gonna mute it just in case. But, yeah, it's... Actually, no, all the more reason for me to mute it. If I post this on YouTube and then I actually, like, anger Sinder, then she doesn't get to copyright me. Fuck you. Yeah, this looks like a mess, actually. It takes a long time to do shit like this. Check the credits. Oh, no, it says it. MV by Scarmore, it's here. It's down here. Damn. Oh, shit. Going on forward, though. Here. In these messages, Sinder and Redacted are referring to my animator, Scarmore, who I've been working with since 2023. So does Bao. Actually, this is from 5 months ago. Where is it? Yeah, MV Scaramore. So all of their just what's the word? All of the things that they were saying and all of the speculating on, hey, they just want to say this so that they don't have to like credit them anymore in the description, was all a lie. Okay, good. And also this is a message from Bao to Scarmore from 2023. And it literally just says, hi, I'm going to bed, but give me your rates and turnaround time for a video like the Bao experience one. Me and my editors loved it. Yo, all good. Nice stuff. Good stuff. Proof of how long we worked together. In 2024, Sack. Oh, it's Sacramore, not Scaramore. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for butchering that one. Sack asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me. Oh, he asked. Okay. What? So, like, all the speculation was even bigger of a line. Like, a lie. What the fuck? A little bit sideline? What is this? Oh. Here. Work for me with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept, and I want to reiterate that this was Sack's decision and no one else's. Here's proof of Sack mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager June, Bepis. Bepis? Back in December 2024, refuting Redacted's claims of I locked him up due to Boss Rush's success. Wait. Yo, is it fine if going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? Okay, thank you. I'd rather just be more of an in-house type of thing for Bao after this blank thing is done, so spoilers. It's the last commission I'll ever do for anyone besides Bao, and I want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really work for others next year. Oh, wait, they actually want to, like, go full content creation. That's the reason why they want to be anonymous. Oh. That's it. Well, it's not even bad. It's just someone trying to make a name for themselves, like the guy that leave Mr. Beast. Okay. Also, else. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nanoless Document, some of these messages date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. Oh. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be by my side for years and years from now, may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend, and I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculation. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Well, damn. Damn. I actually genuinely feel bad for Bao. Third document time. I forgot that there's a third one. I actually genuinely feel bad for her, though. Like, she already had to step away from Twitter a while ago and just, like, gave the keys to her Twitter to her manager because she just couldn't do it. And now all of this shit happens and she feels betrayed from people she believed friends that were instead just talking behind her back for years and years on end? That's horrible. I actually genuinely feel like shit for it. Goddamn. Hope the best for her. I'd be heartbroken? I'd be more than that. I'd need a good fucking break. And like, the problem with stuff like this is that if your trust is this broken by someone that you've known for years, how can you know if other people around you haven't been doing the same? It's very difficult to get trust back. And it will take a lot of reassuring that, hey, they're not like that. Especially people that she made friends with recently, because I'm sure that like they've known each other for like a very long time at this point. I'd take a break for quite a while myself. I would too. I wouldn't be able to actually like stand just being on the internet after this, especially if they've been like close friends with the way that they actually ended up wording their things here at the end. My thoughts, feelings, most vulnerable, darkest moments that I've shared in confidence. That must suck. That's why I got trust issues. It's so hard to figure out how a person thinks if you don't know them for a long time. The problem is that Bao knew Sinder for a long time, and this is how she was treated. It's not good. I'm glad to have my own personal support network of just friends, and I'm grateful for them. Because I don't know how I'd be able to react with something like this. I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this, and I don't think I'd be able to like imagine myself in a situation like this. There will always be a voice in the back of your head going like, what if they're like her? Yeah. You start like second guessing yourself for everything you've done, and it's horrible. I delete all accounts and start fresh, but it's also not your full-time job. Fair enough. Well, damn. But also, like, now this all brings up a question. Where was it quote-unquote leaked that Redacted is actually Sinder's boyfriend? Because I think I heard that somewhere. Or read that somewhere. Was that in the comments somewhere? I don't know. I'll always be here to support you no matter what. I'm surprised that Shy Lily actually hasn't made a statement on it. Like, oh, you thank you. My experience with Tashi / Sinder. 4.4k likes. Okay. Top Sinder of comments. Oh, Sinder's defense. Oh, I forgot to actually read this. Yeah, you're right. This is the statement from Sinder. Oh god. Effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry everyone, I'll make a larger response when I'm able. And the top comment is this one. I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager is coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he's your significant other and that you're probably going to try and avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trusted you as friends and nuking the Red side of this duo. Like, god damn. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the type of person to be okay with leaking people's significant other, because especially in a community like VTubing, which is very heavy on parasocialism, especially if you're a girl, and you never actually said that you had a boyfriend or a husband, and somehow someone outs it, you'll get a fuck ton of death threats and stuff like that. But sadly, a leak like this needs to be said. For full context. Because if not, Sinder could easily just use Redacted as a throwaway stone and then just like fucking chuck him out of the window and then just go like, oh, okay, I removed the problem. I was actually not trying to be like a bad person. But instead, they were together this entire time for the past 4 years. And it's a really good thing that it's actually been known. It's a really good thing. Not for this, but, you know, nice to know. A small drama, it's almost done actually. Wait here, this one other tweet. No, so I can, and hi Dreamy. Redacted will still maintain his boyfriend position. Yeah, exactly, like, this means nothing. Is she gonna break up with her long-term boyfriend? Because of something that they both did. Both. No, of course not. They both meant what they did. And this was probably just a knee-jerk reaction to try to, like, make it seem like she was actually in the right. But Vamp decided to just shut it down instantly. Good for them. Damn, E-drama going crazy? It fucking is. Hi Sin, what's up? You catch up on the Sinder drama already? I caught up on the first 2 docs. Apparently there's a 3rd one here. So I'll go through it now. Check if you can read the next one on stream before? Let me see. I can open this here. If Sinder is willing to treat Bao like trash, what makes you think that she won't drop Red? Exactly. No, what makes me think that? It's because I personally believe that if you're friends with certain people, then it means that you share certain traits together. Because let's say that I'm into like fucking cars and shit. But then there's this person that I just met that fucking hates cars, like really, really hates cars. Well, I wouldn't really start being friends with them. If this Sinder person has been with Redacted for a very long time, and they've been both sharing the same opinions on to what to do and how to like act, I'm sure that they just think that they got caught. There's at least some common interest, yeah. Hot take, Sinder never thought of Bao as a friend? I can't know, and I don't know, and I don't think I'd be able to know because I'm not them. I do want to at least believe that part of them, like part of Sinder, thought of Bao as a friend. But then the moment money started piling in, they didn't really think of them in the same way, and instead, they just saw them as a stepping stone. And jealousy ended up doing its thing, and just fucking over everything. Alice should be a drama tuber. Oh, God no. False ID is kind of shit. I feel like she won't lose much. She will probably get thrown under the rug. This whole Sinder thing? History agrees with you, actually, on this regard. It already happened before that something like this, obviously not to the same scale, but something like this already happened with VTubers in Vayne and Sens. And Sens is streaming like as if nothing happened. I do have a feeling that Sinder will come back to stream and her viewership will be at least halved. Actually, her first stream will have the same viewership, and then after that it will be halved. But after that, I don't know. A lot of things have happened in real life and now. Wait, what do you mean? It's just business is going to be staying for a while. That is very true, actually. I don't think that this is going to be swept under the rug. I think that she's going to lose a lot of income, though. At least that. Oh, a lot of things have been swept around the rug in, like swept under the rug in IRL. The problem is that I don't want to say it in any bad way, but VTubers and people IRL act in very different ways. Some people just want to watch their own cute model on screen and they don't really care about this kind of stuff as much. That's why I'm like very 50-50 on whether or not she'll actually make a comeback. Using it as an example? I can't speak. You're using it as an example? Yeah, I get it. Where have I heard this plot before? Friends, money, jealousy, talk shit behind my back, drama, bullying, graduate, dragoons? I don't think that it makes... No, there's like no parallels whatsoever with this and the Silent Tatsuki shit. There's none. With In Vain and Sense, 1000% though. She might be able to claim that Redacted would gaslight Nano and then come to Sinder and then tell that her Nano agreed willingly or even suggested things. That was my first concern. Well, thankfully, none of that will happen because we have a DM from Sinder that is basically just gaslighting. So, yeah, she's kind of fucked. I mean, she was set and financially stable. I think that Sinder can retire right now, so she's fine. Unless she's been very stupid with her money, which I hope not. She could have just, like, all of this could have been fixed by just being a nice person. That's it. I couldn't really read the screenshot on mobile. Yeah, you're good, don't worry about it. Like, all of this could have just been fixed by being a nice person, but instead they just had to be the way that they are, which sucks. She's a partial owner of GamerSup, so I'm sure that Sinder is fine. Somehow, some way, they'll try to get her out. As for the other Google Doc... I don't even know if I want to read this. Doesn't GamerSups also have drama? I don't know that much. Something homophobic? I have no idea. But I don't know if I want to read this. I read the word fingering in here and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Like, do I? Maybe? It just shows that Sinder has always been a shitty person. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I'll read it. Because it actually does mention the boyfriend shit. Okay. Well, might as well. Yeah. Okay. So, hello. And thank you for taking your time to read this document. The events described in it happened about 4 or 5 years ago, before the first Sinder debut. Understand there will doubtless be accusations of me clout chasing by revealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nanoless's assertion that she's not who she appears to be on the surface, and confirm that no matter how much damage control she does, she's just as responsible as Redacted. The beginning. Sinder and I met while she was still running her Tachi.mp3 YouTube channel, which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tachi rather than Sinder, and that will come up later. At the time, she was only starting her account and I had already my own ASMR RP channel with 8k subscribers, and as a bigger channel than her, she couldn't wait to work with someone as talented as me. You'll get there, it's still hard for me to believe that someone so talented likes my voice enough to want to work together. Cloud Chaser. Okay, sure. To be honest, I'm not surprised about the content, just surprised that someone finally connected the dots and exposed. Kind of same. We never really ended up making any content together, but it didn't stop us from talking pretty much every day at the time, and eventually she found a new way to make me useful. Oh dear. Pretty much immediately, she was flirting with me, despite, as you can see here, having a boyfriend, and both of us knowing she had a boyfriend, including regularly talking shit about him to me, while telling me how great it would be if I were to replace him. What? I understand that I'm no angel in this myself, but hey, I can at least be honest about it. This is 2020. Holy shit. That's a long time ago. And also enjoy sleep now. Sweet dreams, sleep as well. Besides, you said that it's hard when your boyfriend is far, far away. I'm not your boyfriend, am I? No, but how nice would that be? Your perfect boyfriend material. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna have like the fucking Google Doc like sent here and then in the description. She's just cheating. Despite what was evidently nothing serious for her, and just a means of keeping herself occupied, she felt the need to keep stringing me along with proclamations of real love, which once again, I was silly to have believed in the first place, but still, regardless, I'm always going to love you. 2020. For obvious reasons, I won't share any of the explicit sexting, not because of the not safe for work nature of it, but also because I don't think it helps. However, note, all of this went down for several months, and included more than just text, as both the date and the contents of the following screenshot proves. E-sex! W! VTubers are not beating the allegations of E-sex, Christ. So, Sinder basically just cheating on her boyfriend. Okay. You know what? Okay. Damn. I knew it. Yeah, that... This was 5 years ago. Is this the moment where I go on... What was that website called again for betting? It wasn't Coinbase. What the fuck was it? There was a betting, like, website. Well, shit. Are we taking bets on whether or not Sinder will break with her boyfriend? Or the boyfriend will break up with Sinder? I'm putting everything on... No, they won't. It would be funny if Red now makes a document and breaks up with her. It would be. But also, I am very, very curious on when Sinder will make a Google Doc response. Because I want to go through it. I want to see that document. I'd love that. It would be really funny. I don't even know for that it actually has a Twitter profile. And also, I know it. Dude, this sucks, but like I knew it. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I do agree. I can see them already engaged and maybe road to marriage. What if the guy's into it? I hope not. How many followers did she lose? Ooh, I can check right now, actually. That's a good question. Social Blade. Woo! That's YouTube. I want Twitter. Oh, Social Blade doesn't do Twitter anymore? Social Blade Twitter. Fuck, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, it's because the API stuff, right? Just try YouTube. I don't think that she lost that much on YouTube, actually. I can check right now. YouTube channel. Here. Sinder VTuber. Oh, she's doing fine. For the moment, she's doing fine. Oh, she lost 1,000 subs, but... Eh. The more important ones are her Twitter and her Twitch. Twitch, I can easily just do this on Solinome. Woo! Oops. Sinder, how many followers did you have? 347,000 as of yesterday. And how many do you have now? 345. Ooh, she's actually losing a couple. A whole 1,000? It's not that much. Wow, she lost 1,000. She lost 1,000 from when I started stream. So she is actually on the down low. Her career isn't over, but it's going to be much harder for her to get collaborations. I'm willing to believe her career is over. And as of career, I say, like, enough money to be able to live in decently expensive housing. Like California, somewhere like that. If they don't already own a house. I don't think they'll be able to actually, like, make a full year's worth of salary off of Twitch anymore. I think she's going to be able to stream. She's going to lose a lot of viewers, though. She can reincarnate? That is true. She's going to be like that one fucking French streamer that ended up, like, turning into a VTuber, and everyone was okay with her. Twitch tracker? How many viewers does she even have? She has, like, 3,600. I predict this dropping to, like, 500, actually. Is Sinder cook chat? I think that if she's not stupid... Like, wait, where's our YouTube channel? Okay. How many views is she getting? She's not uploading much, actually. This channel is probably like, what, 100k USD a year? Maybe a little more. The videos are really short, though, so it could be less. This one is kind of long, though. I think that if she didn't put everything in savings, she's kind of fucked and will have to finally get a job. You never know. Didn't Kage try to reincarnate but failed? Yeah. Oh, Kage is like a good example of someone that like people dropped. Like they instantly dropped the moment they saw like, oh wow, drama. God no. Like right here. Hey! Woo! Oh boy, actually. What the fuck? Damn, yeah, that one is bad. I do expect that something like this will happen to like Sinder though. Unless it mentally affects her too much, she will be fine. Sinder? I don't think that she gives a fuck. I don't think that she cares. I think that she, if anything, she's just kind of sad that she got caught. She will still make money because also sex sells. Yeah, that's true. If she actually makes like not safe for work ASMR, she'll be fine. But there is still going to be a pretty large dip in her viewership, I think. What a sentence. All right, bro. Counterpoint, Cinder's a woman? Yeah, that's actually kind of true. I remember starfish have mouth in the middle of their body. Mermaids use them as bras. Until we meet again. Thank you, guys. Sad got caught and no more big streamers to raid into her. I think that if she pivots her viewers, like her, not viewers, sorry. If she pivots her content correctly, she can at least survive with like 1,000 viewers or so. Or less, maybe. We'll see. This is the kind of thing that like only history will be able to tell. Don't know. I'm on the train, or like on the bandwagon train of like, she's gonna fucking drown. I hope she drowns. This would be so funny. Not IRL, you get the point. But the situation is just wild. It is, and I kind of feel bad. While I do partially find it funny because I always like find the VTuber like drama funny because I'm very fucked up in the head. I don't know how else to say it. I genuinely feel bad for Nano because they were basically just being gaslit and manipulated for the span of over 2 years at this point. Actually, no, we're reaching 2 years now, right? Because this is 2025. This is May 10th, 2023. I think a good comparison is actually Bunny Yayu. Don't know what that is. I can check right now. Thank you for the name. We're all fucked up in the head. Also, yeah, poor Nano didn't deserve this. Yeah, they actually, like... She didn't even lose that much. What? Okay, never mind. It's because she's IRL, like, bad streamer, I'm guessing. I don't know. Good for her. I saw an armpit. I'm good. I wish the best for Nano. Like, genuinely. Especially because, like, I can understand not folding after a month. I can understand not folding after 2. At first, I thought that they were, like, really... What's it called? They just folded really easily after, like, 4 months of basically just being pressured. And I was like, okay, they're... When they said that they're, like, mentally weak, it's fine. I understand. And then I started scrolling down. And this said, like, April 12th, 2025. April 12th, April 12th. February 11th. And then November 26th, 2023. And that's when I realized, oh shit, you're not mentally weak. You're a fucking warrior. Hello? What the fuck? You lasted for a lot longer than I expected you to. Damn. I would have gone insane at least after like a year. A new Google Doc dropped 50 minutes ago by Spite. Please send it, please. I beg. There's no way. Are you serious? Nano's really brave for coming out, to be honest. Yeah, anyone else could have. And I think that stuff like this one doc specifically, will probably end up being like the one single fucking drop that just shatters the glass entirely. Not even like fucking like turns into a fountain or whatever. Like it actually breaks the damn glass. There's gonna be a lot of other people that will probably have been DM'd by Redacted and Sinder in the same way of like, hey, we have a blacklist. We don't like these people. Stop working with them. Another doc, how deep does this go? Bro, I don't know. Let me see. My experience with Sinder! Wait, isn't this the person that we thought that was probably gonna be part of the... what's the word? Of the blacklist? Yeah, it is, because I followed them. Yeah, at first, at the start of the stream, when we were going to the first doc, we were actually speculating if this person was gonna be, like, one of the people that Sinder had put in their blacklist, because their models looked similar. That's the censored name. It is. Bro, 15 minutes ago. Damn, okay. Oh my god. Some tools might be unavailable due to heavy traffic on the site. Beautiful, I love seeing that. There isn't any sexting, so go. Perfect. How long is this? 8 pages, not that bad. Okay. I want to start by saying, please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak about my experiences and give them more clarity on those experiences. Fair enough. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanoless for having the courage to bring this to light. True! W. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of their goodwill personality is saddening to see. Damn, they've been doing it for 2 years! So Bao, Cotton, and Spite... Wait, it was actually, like, CottonTailVA? Really? I want to take time to address what has been brought to light by involving myself in what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In the screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I'm the daughter of Cerberus, and through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate? Sorry, I may have butchered it. As many know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3 in the design to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus. Okay. In my early design, and when artists were still learning new modern rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 wolf heads on my shoulders, as pauldrons to symbolically represent my other 2 heads. However, the repeated comments of "if you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads?" had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time, which lines up perfectly with the screenshots. Fast forwards to months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comments from chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos comparing me to Sinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Crazy. Making the definitive switch to Cerberus label has brought me a sense of relief, because the last thing that I wanted to be constantly compared or harassed at this point. That was the last thing that I wanted to happen. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. And this is one of the screenshots that I ended up like actually pulling up earlier. I can just like zoom into it because why not? It's this one right here. Also, if you can you send the CottonTail like tweet where they show the images, because I have not seen that one. Honestly, it's kind of brave for Sinder to blacklist Bao, considering that Bao is more popular than her. It's just stupid and idiotic. I don't know what she's trying to do. And this is from Redacted, from the 10th of May 2023. And then a month later, I unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames, and now she's basically rebranded to more of a Cerberus, using fire emojis and everything. Unfollow is weird. Yeah. We've seen this one. Which is very sad, actually. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D model May 14th, 2022, and on the same day she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I did not know who Sinder was at all. Okay? I had no idea she had fire in her ears or she was another hellhound, and thank you for the tweet. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not heard of before. That happens to me too. I actually did not know who this spite person was, and I barely knew Sinder. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want to do is to be unique in my own way, so that these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. And we already went through on stream that even then, the idea of like, oh wow, she's just like stealing what I want to do. Like, where was it? There was something about like the idea of stealing exclamation point figure and having it on your screen when you release like a small little figure or plushie of yourself. And like them thinking that it was actually something meaningful, and like actually them stealing an idea when it's just, it's business, but not the kind of business that you guys like. It says everything about them as a person. Has anyone made a Stickman model? Yes. This seems to be all of Nano's models. Let me see actually. Keep in mind that Sinder ended up going blue after this at some point. Do you think that that was out of spite, maybe? Like after that happened, these are all of Nano's models. I'll be honest, I think I recognize this person. I know that this is Silvervale. This is Sinder again. This is Fruit. Zentrea, Iron Mouse. That's it. That's all I know. And this is the tweet. Okay. Attention, now that my account is unrestricted, I can repost this, dragging you down to the underworld May 14th, 3 p.m. EST for my model reveal debut. And then the Sinder post. June. Okay. Her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. Fair enough. However, this wasn't the last time that something like this had happened. There have been multiple times where I've done something in either the same day or shortly after I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly, which funnily enough is the thing that Sinder and Redacted were talking about the entire time, going like, oh yeah, these people have been doing like everything that we've been doing right after us because they've been copying us, even though this tweet basically shows, hey, it was the other way around. Sinder was doing all of these things of copying, or not copying, but like basically stealing people's limelights out of spite. I tried my best to believe that it was coincidental and not any ill intent on their part. There were many times where I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards Sinder would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I didn't really think much of it at first because it's normal to have some similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTubing community is a huge space and similarities are normal. It's like music. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taking as the right references for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshot above and showing that I made statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something that was released, teased, and reviewed after my own? Very fair. And even then, Redacted just going like, there was also unprovoked tweets from her like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design is all mine, this is who I am, like, who are you saying that to? Well, there's one simple like answer to it, and it's the fucking VTuber watcher population in general that will see her and go like, oh, this person is just copying Sinder, as it's been mentioned in the doc before. This is just being oblivious and intellectually dishonest on purpose. Moving on from here, on July 20th, 2022, Mayu Live, my model mama, and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my t-shirt and a G-string, and spiked wrist cuffs. Can I show this? Yeah, I can. 2 weeks after Sinder debuted a similar outfit, I included the earliest image that I could find of Sinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Sinder and a bunch of horrible things. Which, sadly, I'm not surprised about. I don't think that there is like any remaining VODs of Sinder, but it would be very stupid if she actually had ever commented on this. But with the track record of like her as a person, I wouldn't be surprised that if she actually had commented on, you know, the design in passing. Bigger number means first VTuber watcher, kind of. But it's sadly just what happens. Whenever you see like a big streamer do something, and then you see a smaller streamer, you think that the big streamer did it first, simply because you don't know the like smaller streamer. And then someone could say, oh, well, what about just like looking up on Twitter to see the dates of like who posted first and who did this like this thing first and that thing first? And to that, I'll just answer you with, tell me your time spent on TikTok over the past week, or YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels. And depending on how long you've actually spent over the past week, that should say what kind of person you are. Because we've gotten to a point where society is just content, then fuck off, content, fuck off instantly. Like, people don't go out of their way to look for sources. Sucks to say, but that's kind of how it is. I discovered this merchandise that she used for Uo Market and had to do a double take because the grey brew skin tone used in the art. Several people thought that it was me, and the similarities for this speak for themselves, I feel. Oh, this can only be speculation, sadly. How long I've used YouTube Shorts over the last week, not being 20 minutes. I spent a lot of time, but I like going through sources because I find it funny. I don't know. On April 29th, 2024, I decided the Greek goddess outfit on stream. I'm a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami-inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess. I think that that's kind of a reach, no? Isn't Okami a Japanese concept? I think. In the background for the debut, she also included Greek columns, never mind. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would even be slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my identity. Especially considering the fact that she was getting a lot of hate comments recently. This can eat away at someone's mentality. It's fully understandable. Oh, wait, that's actually kind of cute. Oh. Infinity Boba window. This is from May 29, 2024, and this is the design that she came up with. Okay, they're pretty different, I'd say. But I can see how, like, over 2 years of not relentless, but like hate. I'll remove the word relentless from it. After 2 years of basically just being compared to someone else, even though you were there first, I can see how that could feel horrible to someone. Sadly. On April 20th, when I debuted a new model for my model mama, RVT, I got a hoodie with a cute design on top and had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, Sinder debuted a sport hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes similar to mine. Can I see this being a coincidence? I think that like the hoodie design is like kind of generic. I don't know. Cinder's a fucking copycat? I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt for this, because like the general design trope is kind of the hair though. I can see where they're coming from. At the same time, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. You can't take this as a coincidence. It's all put together that it looks sus. Yeah, everything put together actually does look very suspicious and very targeted deliberately. I just don't know. I don't know. This is the kind of thing where like I don't really have a personal take myself. I'll just like people like decide what they want to decide from it. There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Sinder plugged her ASMR Okay, what the fuck? I thought that was a bit suspect, but I brushed that off. I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community. There were too many that it became too much to keep track of, and just started ignoring them, because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. Fair. I didn't even want to read harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I'd love if someone could actually find this. If someone could find like them posting about their first ASMR stream and Cinder plugging her ASMR channel, that would be hilarious. But so far we can only take this as hearsay, so we can't know. And also I was. I received a DM on January 25th, 2023. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Sinder and certain members of Sinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible. Hey, you popped in my feed and I can just say I love your design. 3 minutes later, I had a rather odd question, I suppose. Have you had any messages from the VTuber Sinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I'd made an OC like a while back and was accused by her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in their ears, and her and her fans claimed that it was exclusive to her design. What the fuck? It was this whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I wondered if anything similar had happened to you yet. I'd love to know who this person is and have an actual Google Doc with full-on proof for this, because so far it's just eh. The Twitter comments had also talked about her doing ASMR RP stuff. Huh. Cinder kind of seems like a copy because she basically, she mainly used her base design for so long and suddenly had so many outfits one after another. I can see. So who's in the wrong? Cinder had a boyfriend, she's a piece of shit, and the boyfriend is also a piece of shit. And they will basically lose their job in a sense. That's like Pokemon suing Palworld level of stretch? Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, it sucks to say, this kind of tracks with the general like vitriol that Cinder had towards people. I'm not going to take this as like full-on proof, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if something like this was actually true. Design originality in the VTuber sphere is so tired, I swear to God. Yeah, it's difficult to have originality simply because a lot of people like the same concepts. It's very difficult to like come up with something completely out of nowhere. So a lot of designs will end up overlapping. But going out of their way to just claim that a design is exclusive to a single streamer is absurd, idiotic, moronic, and any like other descriptions you can think of. It's very dumb. It's too consistent to be a coincidence. Yeah, it's like 1 times is funny, 2 times is funny, 3 times is fucking annoying. And this is like one of them. It's just... I'm at a point where I'm starting to believe it. Even though there's not like full-on fucking proof, sadly. I mean, more so copying discussions are tired. Also those, yeah. Trying to claim a big and prominent artist as their own is also fucking crazy. Not only that, but also going out of their way to basically claim the fact that the artist is popping off simply because of Sinder itself is insane to me. And that is not how it should be. If I can find the fucking screenshot, there's a lot of those. It's a screenshot with Sinder. I don't remember. She 1000% believes in too. And the thing is, she was just saying, oh, wait, there it is. There we go. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with Live 2D cutting to improve your skills, and I think that that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model and started asking for them. She's just gassing herself up for absolutely no reason. With a person like this, especially if it tracks back to like 2023, which is 2 years ago, and she hasn't changed, I wouldn't be surprised if she was like that. And even the quote from like even before, I understand what he means when talking about like canceling models, like when Redacted was DMing Nano about canceling models. I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business, which is a crazy sentiment. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep working together. But if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, which is such a fucked up way of wording simply just, hey, you know, we are giving you an exclusivity deal. Do you want to work with them? Or just work with everyone instead. But the way that they worded it specifically basically makes it seem like they're saying, hey, if you work with them, you're not working with me anymore. Do you want to lose me? Hey, I own you. It's literally what it is. Which is fucking absurd. So like after seeing all of that, reading everything that I've read, and seeing all of these instances of just, oh, you know, what an interesting occasion that it happened that things are starting to look similar, back to back to back to back to back to back. I wouldn't be surprised in believing it, that she was doing it on purpose. She's beyond fucked? Yeah. There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. For example, no, I read this one. And also the DM. I forgot to read the last message. I would like to clarify, I myself am not saying your design totally looks like hers. I was scrolling, saw your totally awesome design, and when I saw the flames near in the ears, I had flashbacks and thought to myself, oh no. So I guess this is just my curiosity getting the best from me. It would be nice to see who this person is. Once a coincidence, twice an accident, thrice is on purpose? Yeah. Even statistically, 4 times in a row is an actually... There's a reason to it. After the 4th time, it's, you know, it's like too statistically unlikely. I'm just very saddened and disappointed in this situation. I had my suspicions about this, but I never wanted to be a part of a drama, so I kept quiet. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves and receives major backlash, even if they're in the right, so I've never vocalized my concerns. I always design my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney's Hades because I call myself GothGF. I was inspired by Sam and Ember from Danny Phantom, don't know them, plus many other of our goth crushes that we had growing up. I just focused on myself and my friends. Meanwhile, I had eyes on me the whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurts, especially when they never attempted to even interact with me. Which is just a common fucking trend. Every single screenshot that we've seen, except for like 2, when they were talking to Nano, Redacted did everything. And then Sinder basically just had to play the nice person. It very much tracks. I did my best to go through and find what I could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I did not know who Sinder was until she debuted her live 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone could attempt to blacklist me, when I've never even spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give love and support to all of those who have unfortunately been involved in this situation. Please support Nanoless, who was brave enough to speak up to the VTubers who also were affected. Please support the first model mama, the wonderful Mayu Live, and also my most recent mama, the wholesome RayneDoesStuff. Thank you for the time to read this. Who's this doc from? One of the people that was in Cinder's blacklist. One of the censored names. Their name is Spite VTuber. W doc. Well, this kind of clears it. It was just speculation at first that we were thinking that it was them, and thankfully, not too bad. With the ASMR thing, Sinder uses her old channel Tashi as her ASMR channel for 5 years and had very old ASMR videos before she was Sinder. And the oldest Spite video I found her channel was 3 years old. That's mostly when they were like, no, they're talking about something different here. Like when they were plugging their ASMR channel. I'm guessing that both of these instances were on Twitter, so it's not really like that. And then there's one last thing. From CottonTailVA, this made my stomach drop to read. It makes me very sad to have things come out like this. Sending Nano and Bao so much love. Oh shit. I'll put this here. What about, we can pay Komori for you and you don't have to continue, discounted from the next payment and we'll continue giving you lots of model work. This is when they were talking about the exclusivity deal of going like, hey, just work for us, don't work for them. And they were trying to like come up with, you know, their own deal. And turns out this is the non-censored message. You don't work with Bao, Cotton, or in this case, Spite at all again, models or art. What the fuck did Cotton even do? I still don't know that. Like, what the fuck did she do? Competition? Competition for what? I thought that the main reason that, like, CottonTailVA is known for is just her, like, voice acting. Loot stuff? I thought that, like, Sinder was trying to go into the music part. So it's... Are they paying the artist a livable monthly wage? The thing is, I tried to, like, go, haha, stupid detective mode. And, where is this? There we go. I tried to layer over, like, the blank what number it could be. It's at least 6 digits. The problem is, it's 6 digits if it's just numbers. It could be less if they actually end up having the US dollar, like, in front, or the Brazilian currency. Any benefits? No. That's it. It's just stupid. It 1000% has the dollar sign. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Probably 30k. No, that would be so little. Because, like, don't they charge, like, 10k a model? No, it has to be... I think it has to at least be, like, 70. But even then, it's so stupid because, like, exclusivity work makes it so that the artist can't network anymore. They can't branch out to anyone. Having more models made by other people makes it so that, like, that's their publicity. If they only stick to one person, and it's less than 6 digits, God knows how much money you're losing out. Even 90k's pee-pee-poo-poo, yeah, it's just disrespectful as shit. I don't like this at all. It's very, very stupid. Very idiotic. I don't know what they were trying to think. I don't know what they were thinking, but honestly, part of me understands why they did this. Because they kept on, like, trying to manipulate them for 2 years. So they had gotten to the point where they're like, I'll just shoot the ball and hope it goes in. It's been 2 years. It's gonna work somehow, some way. Christ. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Imagine if they stick to just one person who isn't even a good streamer. Exactly. Like, they're sticking to one single person, overworking them like crazy, asking them for 4 models in 1 year. And also, like, art that they need to keep up with as well. And getting paid what seemed to be, like, a relatively low amount. Because even Nano herself, or himself, I don't know, themselves, said that it's not enough. It's crazy. And the fact that people like this exist in the VTubing scene at, like, higher up places is very saddening. Feel bad for the artist? I feel horrible for the artist, because at first I thought that they were just like, oh, okay, they folded after like 4 months of pressure. No, they were dealing with this for 2 years! This is May 10th, 2023. That's in like less than a month. Christ. Imagine you go exclusive with a person, then something horrible comes out about them. What then? Exactly, like, after all of these messages, even if I got paid a lot of money, I wouldn't take it. For one simple reason. I can 1000% see them, like, having a Google Doc made about them in the near future. They were also doing other stuff for other VTubers. Yeah, but they also got pressured into, like, canceling model art for Bao. I don't remember where exactly it was. I think I can pull it up straight up from here. Model? Sick. Here, there we go. It's this one. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative I decided. No, sick to my stomach. Wait. Illness? No, mental? Oh, there we go. In March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a Live 2D model. Nano was going to be the Live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and the base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. No shit! After a year of peer pressure, they were just like, yeah, just don't make it for Bao. Don't make the model. They're in our blacklist. We're not going to tell you why. We're not really going to give you proof other than we don't like them and we think that they're stealing our people. When in reality, they just hired an editor before we could. And we're just pissed. Christ. That's crazy. Just delete the model you spend your blood, sweat, and tears over. Yeah. And even funnier, delete the model and then make a model for us. And we'll pay you. So just fuck your work, pretty much. It's just so insane to me. And this is what they felt like sharing. There could be more. Yeah, there's 2 years worth of DMs. No shit. Like, it could be a lot worse, but instead they just decided to like keep it like slightly, what's the word for it? Concise. Because this is not a long doc. This is like 20 pages. Zoomed in. Like without zooming in, it's 16 pages and it's mostly images. There's very little text. It speaks for itself. Insane. Very interested to see what Sinder will say about this entire situation. Very interested to see her follower count dropping into the ground. And yeah. Also interested to see in what the boyfriend will say when talking about the fact that she was cheating on him. That's it though. That's it. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you. It's been nice. It's been fun. It's been very enjoyable, actually. Wait. Guys, I'm offline. This is my offline screen. Gillette? Oh, you're right, because she cheated on her boyfriend. I forgot. Wait. Perfect. All right. I didn't even think about that. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. It's been nice. It's been fun. It's been very enjoyable. I'll post this shit on YouTube. I'll try to cut it up a little bit. I'm gonna go like active on YouTube again. That's it. Bye.